What is going on, everybody? Rogers Base here, and welcome to a very special end of the year episode of Japan Time. We don't have the full cast right now. Obviously, it was just the holiday season. Shofu is not here this week, but I am joined by one of the original Triforce of Awesome. Of course, we've got Zeph. What is going on, Zeph?
I haven't heard that in about 10 years.
Well, I brought it back. People are listening to the Japan Time Best Of on the Japan Time YouTube channel. If you're not, in the words of Reggie Fils-Aimé, what's wrong with you? Go listen to those. You'll understand what I'm referencing. Also,
the great thing about that reference is the fact that your mic quality even reflects how your mic quality used to be back then.
Exactly. Obviously, my quality is not the same as when I am in LA. It's pretty bad. But someone whose microphone quality is not bad is the voice you just heard. That is Viram. What is going on, Viram?
Hello, everybody. I hope you've all had a lovely holiday season and are excited for the new year.
I am incredibly excited for the new year because of the new One Piece chapter that just dropped today that I know Coast read too. What is going on, Coast?
See, I would be really excited about the new One Piece chapter, but two things happened. First thing, I didn't read the chapter yet. But the second thing is that I asked for an iPhone 4 and I got an iPhone 3 for Christmas. What the fuck? Worst Christmas ever, man.
Why did you want an iPhone 4?
Anyways.
I'm just curious. Did you need it for emulation?
Anyways.
Face value. I thought you wanted an iPhone 4. I guess anyways. Well, someone else who's behind the times. We got Fidel. What's going on, Fidel?
I am far from behind the times. Hello.
That's right.
I am ahead of the game at all times, of course.
Mr. Trending at all times.
On time, Fidel, at all times.
You are going to be very happy along with the next person I'm going to introduce.
Okay.
Regarding something we're going to be talking about this week.
Yes.
I've been playing Sonic Frontiers.
Yes, finally, it's time.
I've been enjoying it.
I need to.
I'm having a good time with it. And you know what? I got to say, I'm fulfilling my promise. I told you, McDareth, back when we were in New York, I would play this game. I'm playing it. I'm having a good time. So I wanted to introduce you without insulting you, McDareth. So welcome to the show, McDareth.
Well, thank you, Roger. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. Unlike Mike. Mike is not enjoying it. So what's up, Mike?
Hi. I just remembered that my channel's set to follower only. I'm trying to fix that real quick. I apologize, everyone.
You don't got to fix it. Don't worry about it. If they're not following you already, then, I mean, they don't deserve
Fuck them, Mike. Get them followers, bro.
Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Yeah, if they're not following you. Also, thank you to Mike, by the way, for hosting the stream tonight. Many of you are going to see this on the YouTube channel tomorrow morning and be like, what the heck, they did the Japan Time? We did. It was just on Mike's channel. If you're not following it, Rocket Station on Twitch, he is 4 followers away from 1,000 on Twitch. How is he not already at 1,000? You are 4 away. So, again, if you're in the chat right now and you're listening to this and you're not
following, it says he's at 1K.
There you go. See? So there you go. It just went up. You got the Japan Time bump. Lovely. Happy New Year. There we go.
Hey, congrats on 1K, Mike.
Congratulations.
You hit 1K before next year.
There you go. All right, 2K next year. That's a new plan for you. Double it. Double it.
Yeah. Basically, once I hit my first K on Twitch, it started snowballing.
That's it. I feel like it's like that with every social media platform, though. I feel like it does snowball once you hit certain milestones. I feel like that's 10K. Once you pass 10K on YouTube, I feel like that's the threshold for a lot of people.
I don't like doing
much
this
okay.
To people. My bad for interrupting you. I couldn't hear you.
No.
I had my headphones off.
That's fine.
I hate when people do this shit to YouTubers because I'm guilty of it as well. I will, if I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm unsure about the video, I will look at their sub count and then I'll leave if I don't.
Terrible.
That's,
I mean, McDareth knows that all too well, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
And my sub count's been growing. I put up a video.
That's
I
crazy.
put up
I
a
can't even
video
make that
talking
joke
about
anymore. That's right.
how old Sonic is. It resonated well with people. I have been scripting the next one, going over the story of the game. I just
Great.
need to sit down and get it done. But almost 6,000. Should have 6,000.
That's actually great. I
By the
can't
end of the
make
year.
fun of you anymore for that.
Let's
That's
go.
fantastic. And then Fidel, you're churning out content all the time. I feel like I
Yeah,
look at my
I'm-
sub box and all of a sudden it's like 5 new videos. I'm like, you
I'm
gotta,
doing
you
my
gotta
best.
slow your roll in 2023. You do
I'm
maybe
doing
stream
the one
upload-
or two.
or 1 or 2. Yeah, but you're doing more than 2. I'm
No.
seeing
I
5
do
things
one
a day.
upload a day. I do one upload a day.
And you got to
I
do something about
started.
that. You got to
I
do
said
something
not-
about that. You got to change it.
not the
You got to
daily.
add to that shorts algorithm. You got to be uploading more shorts.
Okay.
That's where it's at right now. Because if you just keep uploading long videos,
Uh-huh.
you're not going to see that growth. You put the
Okay.
shorts on there. You got the
Okay.
Yeah,
Fidel-
YouTube
Fidel-
Yeah,
algorithm
the only
right now
time
is
I watch
whack as
long
fuck.
form videos is if
Yeah.
it's like
The
an opinion
info.
piece or
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
news
Or live stream.
or
Yeah.
a stream. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I recently did one of those like opinion piece videos. It did well. Did like 16K. So
that's
I
fantastic.
should do
Look
more
at
of
that.
those.
Yeah, people want to. You're popular. People want to know what you got to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll do my best.
Speaking
to do my
of-
best.
Speaking of popular, how many of the plushies have you sold yet?
Oh,
What do you
Oh,
have?
we
He
hit
crushed
we
that
hit
shit.
300 today. We
Woo!
hit 300.
There
today.
you
Let's
go. All right.
No,
It's
don't
so
just say
easy.
300, bro. You got to flex a little.
He hit 300 out of 200.
Yeah, out of
Look
the
at
200
that.
needed, we got 300 of them out there.
He hit 200 in like a few hours.
In
Yeah.
no, it was
Well,
I
people
think it
been
was a
craving
day
that
and a
merch.
half.
Honestly, I feel like
Yeah.
you should have done merch a long time ago.
I know.
I could.
It's
I
here,
knew,
though.
bro. Your mascot was perfect for a.
Yeah,
plushie.
it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
really-
nah, it looks cool.
Mm.
Looks really cool. Speaking of things that
Looking-
look cool, I really quickly want to start this with the Sonic Frontiers discussion because
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too into it. I know there's already a full spoiler talk. If you guys haven't already listened to it on the Japan Time YouTube channel, go listen to it. But one of the games that I've been playing over this holiday season was Sonic Frontiers. I downloaded it on my
Perfect.
Switch for the plane. The Kronos Island portion, I was like, I don't think I'm liking this very much.
Mm.
A lot of the environments were kind of boring to me. The dark, like green and gray and blue, it reminded me of like a less pretty Death Stranding.
Mhm.
I wasn't about it. Then you get to that first Supersonic
The
fight,
Titan, yeah.
and I'm like, we're getting something now. All right,
yeah,
I like.
yeah, yeah.
And
the
then
music and everything is very unexpected, right?
you get to Ares Island, and the fight with the Wyvern is
The
like
Wyvern
incredible.
Yes, yeah.
is
The Wyvern
the
is
best thing
amazing.
ever.
I love that fight
is
so much.
amazing. Where you're
The way the
flying
music
around.
builds up,
Yeah,
you're
flying around
on
everything.
Island.
It's so good.
Yeah. So I'm on the third island right now, the Tails Island.
Oh, Chaos Sign.
Yeah, chaos.
Yeah. So I'm on that one right now. It's okay
Cool.
so far. But the
That's the
second one,
longest one.
Ares Island was like the best.
Yeah.
Far and away,
Yeah,
so far where
yeah.
I am thoroughly enjoying it.
Good.
I'm gonna beat it.
Good to
I'm,
hear.
I'm actually
Good.
going to beat it. I'm gonna go through
Now,
the whole
if-
game. I'm gonna beat it.
I mean, you're good. I mean, if you liked the first two and you're enjoying Chaos, like you're
Yeah, it's just more
you'll
of
be
the
fine
same.
till the end. Yeah, it's more of that.
Fantastic. How far in am I at this point?
You are a good
There's-
2/3 of the way, I'd say.
Oh, great.
There's
great.
there's 5 islands total, but the fourth one is sort of just like
It's a story thing.
yeah.
Oh, it's not like a fully explorable.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, because in the original build of the game before, like we can look through the files and stuff, there was originally only 3 islands, but then they split the third island up into 4 and 5.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay. But the biggest portion is the one I'm on right now.
the
with
Chaos
Tails.
Sign. Yeah, that's the biggest portion. Yeah.
Okay. I'm liking it. It's fun to
Yeah, it's
explore
great.
and go all around the place and listen to the music. I feel like
Have you done
mobility's
the
really
the
fun.
dialogue stuff, like the optional? Have you enjoyed like
Oh,
the
I
story
don't
being
care about
back to?
dialogue and
Oh, you don't
story.
care. Okay.
I
at all.
mean,
Not at all.
I
I
figured he
skip
wouldn't,
it.
but I'm so happy. But I figured he would.
Yeah, I skip it. The only time there was
I
one I
don't
listened
skip
to.
it though.
I listened to the very first one. I gave the Amy ones a chance in the very beginning,
Mhm.
and then it was just like regurgitating the same talking points. And we get to the thing with
Right.
the little like the roly poly robots or whatever. And I'm like, I can't take any more of this. And then there was more of that with Knuckles, where you have to roll them around and then cut
Oh
grass.
yeah. I like
And
the
I
mini
went,
game
no,
song
no,
though.
no, no.
Do.
The minigame song is good.
Yeah,
but the
it's so
actual
good.
Minigames themselves are really bad.
Have
Yeah.
you
I'm hoping,
have you enjoyed cyberspace, like the boost level stuff?
I have, yeah. The cyberspace
good,
levels are the
good.
best part. Yeah,
Good.
I'm
without
really
a doubt.
hoping the sequel to Frontiers, I almost said Forces. They
I do that all.
the mini games are just different versions of speed challenges and not stupid shit like pressing LNR.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
guess
don't
so,
get
yeah.
why they didn't
Absolutely.
do some type of Chow Garden thing.
Because
I feel like
the
that would've been the
challenges where
easiest
you
thing to
run
do.
from point A to point B on a timer are fun, and
I-
like harder ones would have been cool.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I feel like we won't see Chow Garden again until they do a full adventure. Because like,
Yeah, I think they're saving that for an adventure remake because they know.
because if they
like,
take
that's where
it,
it's
if
at
they
home.
if they put a Chow Garden game, or if they put a Chow Garden in a Sonic game, and then they release the adventure remake, it'll have so much less of an impact.
Yeah.
Is
So
it-
you
I
have
think-
Especially if the
remake
adventure
actually
Chow
happening
Garden
then,
is
like-
worse than the one that we got
well,
prior.
the lead designer's name escapes me right now, but he said that he wants to do another Sonic adventure. That is definitely something he wants to do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. If he's the lead designer, then that actually bodes well for it.
I think I said this during the Sonic talk, but I would love for the next Sonic adventure game for the antagonists to be the electric and water people from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Surgeon Kid,
Surge
yeah,
and
for
Kid.
sure.
I think they would be really good for a Sonic adventure styled game, and
I
it could
think
give
Sage
Tails
is a
more
cool character,
development
too.
too.
I
Oh,
like
Sage
Sage
is-
so
Sage-
far.
Yeah, Sage
Yeah,
is cool.
I
Sage is
feel
awesome.
like that's like one of the best new characters they've ever made.
Yeah,
'cause, like
like straight up though, I not even that. I would straight up say Sage is probably the best modern Sonic, like the new era of Sonic, the best.
Yeah,
character.
in a game.
yeah,
in
yeah,
a
I
game,
can agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna be like, who else is there? There's the dude from Forces, and then
Because in the comics, like people adore like Whisper and Tango.
So
And-
like
and
post
Tangle
generations, it's basically like Zavok, Infinite,
yeah,
and like
no.
the other Deadly Six is kind of it.
who is Whisper?
Whisper
She's
is
a comic
a
character.
sniper in the comic books, and
She's like
really
from the
cool.
Forces
Whisper the Wolf.
type.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Whisper.
Whisper and Tangle, they're like a duo.
Tangle?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tangle's
Whisper and
a
Tangle.
lemur.
Okay.
They're supposed to be Sonic
Right.
Forces era characters.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
the
basically
lemur looks
come
kind of
up
cool. Actually.
Yeah,
fast
they do
after
look really cool.
Forces.
And
I kind of like
in
both of them actually.
yeah, in Frontiers, a big thing was that like Sonic for the first time mentions that like he'll be like, "Wow, Tangle would love to swing around here."
Yeah,
So all
first
the
time
fans
she's
are, like,
been mentioned
freaking
in the
out,
game.
so-
Yeah, so the IDW comics are canon to the games in either some capacity or entirely. We don't have a confirmation on that.
I think it's entirely. I think that's what they're going for.
That'd be cool. I read
At
the.
this point, I feel like they should just accept it, right? The fan base is obviously rabid, and if there's a
Yeah,
character
yeah,
that
yeah,
does
yeah.
well in the comics, just put them in the games.
Yeah,
Because like
The,
even
the
like
comics are
Sonic
solid, though. Like,
Prime
I read the-
is starting
I
to
read the
become
metal
make
one.
canon.
What were you saying,
I read-
McDareth?
Oh, yeah,
Sonic
go ahead.
Prime is like canon as well.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. They said that in like a special statement. They said it was completely canon to the games.
And Prime is the new Netflix show that just
Mhm.
came out. Right?
I watched
Yeah,
it.
I saw like
really
4
liked it.
episodes of it. Yeah, it's definitely
fun.
like you can watch you watch it. You can definitely tell it was made for kids, but it's still
yeah,
like
it's fun.
it's not that bad.
It's a very action-packed show comparative
Yeah.
to a bunch of the other previous ones. Like Sonic
Mhm.
X, for instance, had a lot of episodes
Human time.
kind of doing nothing. Yeah,
Yeah. The only time I was really bored with Prime was the last couple episodes until the last episode.
Right. I love it just because it's like just an excuse to see like it's like I like that it's just like you said it's like pure characters and action because like Boom is like a slice of life and then Sonic X half of it gets spent on like the human stuff so it's cool to have like a pure show that's just about the main cast and the action set piece and everything.
See, as someone who's been kind of removed from the fandom for a few years, I feel
Mhm.
like Boom, from what I saw of clips, looked really funny.
It is
But
fun.
I-
It's
Boom
a
is a
slice
solid
of
show.
life.
Based on the game, like the little thing where Knuckles just teleports into the sky.
Yeah.
That's
The
one.
game
It's
was kinda
only
messed up,
one
so I never played
glitch.
the game.
Hey, yeah.
The whole thing
The-
about the show is that it's basically like just like a slice of life comedy. Like it's
Right.
there's
right.
some little action scenes, but it's mainly just a comedy show. Whereas Prime feels more like cartoon like, but with a plot. Like there's actually an end goal, and there are action set pieces, and the characters are learning and stuff. Whereas like Boom was just a pure little comedy show.
So this is a weekly thing, or is this
No,
already
it's
all
they
public?
dropped the episodes. They
It's
dropped
done.
the episodes.
It's so it's
Okay,
like normal Netflix.
It's
So like
Cuphead
they go through the
style.
episodes and
Yeah.
then they'll be back with another course basically soon enough.
Man, Sonic fans are eating right now.
Yeah, no, we got
Yes.
everything this
They're
year.
It's
everything.
wonderful. Finally, after suffering for so long on crumbs and sadness.
And like in 2033, it's basically the DLC to this year because we'll get the Knuckles show, the DLC for Frontiers, and then the next batch of Prime episodes.
But that's not a full game. Like I want
No.
a Mania 2.
No,
what
but
I
that's
want.
that's what
No,
I'm
but
saying.
they're
next
adding
year's
like
a
challenges
DLC.
though. They're adding challenges
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like that's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
And the
I
new
don't-
story
Yeah.
DLC for Frontiers as well.
And a new Coco. And you guys believe
Oh yeah, I
it?
forgot the
new
roadmap. That actually
Coco,
looks
let's
pretty
go.
legit. I wanted to ask
Yeah.
again.
Coco? Is that what you just
What do you guys think that? So you know how they're adding playable Amy, Tails, and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Do you because like their move sets, I don't think are even remotely interesting or needed at all to explore the islands. Do you think they're gonna get new levels?
There's something to say, but it'd be a spoiler for Roger. So
I believe.
say
Do I
that part.
seem like someone who would care about
Roger
spoilers?
doesn't
Okay,
care.
fair enough. So with
Zero.
the ending, the fact that they're all kind of like being like, watch in a few years, watch how strong I'm gonna get, that kind of stuff. There's a possibility that from that where we go from here is like each of them on their own like solo adventure almost. Though I think another thing, and like you were talking about this on Twitter, Fidel, is like they might just redo like the end because
Yeah.
that whole thing is not very good.
I think they'll enhance the when this DLC comes out, like it'll enhance the end and change some stuff. But I don't know, like with the 3 characters, like it's either gonna be like you
I
get
think
it's like a
my
short
bad.
episode kind of thing with each, or like they might each have like mini skill trees of like 2 to 3, moves on them. It's hard
But
to
it's
tell
like-
because it's 3 of them. So
Yeah.
it's just weird though because like I can't imagine unlocking Knuckles' fucking glide and climb by a skill tree. That would
that'd be
piss me off
fire.
so-
No. Just
That-
he'd
no,
have it. He'd have it.
That would be like
Yeah.
Sonic needing to run from a skill
No, you're
tree.
right, you're
No,
right.
yeah. It enforces all the movement abilities are like unlocked. From the
Yeah.
get.
But,
So-
but my point is that Sonic can already climb and basically fucking fly with how boost works. Knuckles doesn't like he's just gonna be inferior Sonic unless they rework
I don't know how
the
they're
See,
levels-
gonna-
I actually disagree with that because based on how I'm playing, again, I'm somebody who's kind of new to the fandom again. Like I loved Sonic Adventure 2 growing up and the original Sonic Adventure. And like I even enjoyed 06 when I played it for the first time growing up. Obviously that game has a ton of problems, but I thought it was kind of fun.
No, it's like Sonic games I think are like I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but a lot of Sonic games nowadays are like junk food, right? Where it's
Right.
it's
Right.
enjoyable, but it's not winning any fucking awards.
So with my point with that is that like when you're playing as Knuckles in Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 and you're slow gliding around the place and climbing up walls, that's almost kind of what I need for this game with some of the
Yeah.
exploration stuff. Is there certain things where I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get this stuff just because I don't fully grasp like the boost into jump into momentum stuff. And I don't think I like care to sit down and learn because I'm having fun just playing it. I don't mean that as a slight against it. It's just that like it's one of those extra things. I don't feel like taking the time to do it. I feel like Knuckles is almost going to be like easy mode, where
Yeah, maybe.
You
Well,
climb
Knuckles has always
slowly
been
that's what
he's always been
Tails
hard
is.
mode.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think
Tails
Tails
one way
is
is the
easy.
easiest
Tails
one.
could be
Knuckles
too.
is-
I feel like yeah.
Knuckles has a lower jump.
Yeah, so Tails could be too, where he just flies up to wherever you need to go and then plops right down.
The most
and-
interesting one I think is Amy.
Yeah,
so
like
I don't know what
hammer.
the hammer's going to add. Yeah, probably just
'Cause
something with combat. I'm assuming.
Something I
It
wanted
depends
to
because she can only use the hammer to like jump up and stuff.
something I wanted to bounce off of the Sonic fans here. So take your like preconceived notions of the Sonic Adventure 2 not mini games. Emerald Hunt and robot levels. Just throw them away for a second.
Right.
So
Yep.
what if their cyberspace levels was like good versions of those?
I think
Oh,
that's what it
interesting.
is. That's what
That'd
I
be
was
cool.
thinking.
Like
I was
Knuckles has to
thinking about
find
that.
emeralds, but it's actually
Yeah.
not shit.
That'd be really
and then
fun.
Tails has to do the mech stuff. The thing again though is Amy. She's gonna be the most interesting one.
Yeah, because they can figure it out. Like, 'cause I doubt they'll do the whole you're getting chased by this robot again, but they could figure out
Mhm.
something for her.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
think
with
she could
Tails,
potentially have the most fun combat out of them all.
yeah. I feel like with Tails, they're gonna do it sort of like modern style, where he's just gonna be like the tech guy, where like you'll be able to, like throw little bombs and use like a little.
I'm not gonna
laser
lie.
gun.
I kind of every time I see Tails fighting, it's like, oh, look at my little gadget. It's like, okay, it's cool if it assists him. It's not when he's using the gadget to attack. It's like, okay,
Yeah, but I think that's how he's gonna be though. It's either that or he's gonna be like fully like a mini
because
Sonic.
they all
you know,
have
how
to
he
play
would be.
wildly different. I think.
Because I feel like you can accent him with the stuff like, okay, I'll go to battle, right? So he has like the boxing glove contraption he built.
Yeah.
So like he'll pull that out. That's not all he does is attack with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So like a
So what
mix.
if instead he had like, what if Tails had like, I guess that's already in the game. You do like regular attacks with Tails, and then when you build up the, I guess, Phantom Rush meter, you can use one of his gadgets.
Yeah, I think that'd be
That'd
cool. Or the gadgets are like his like finishers, like how Sonic has the different ones. I
So
think that'd
so
be
that
cool.
he doesn't just purely use them. But also, update 3 here. This doesn't imply that Sage is playable, does it?
No, it
I
probably
think just
implies that
news
she's just part of the story.
Yeah,
Just part
so
of- okay.
something probably post.
I mean, that's good though. We need
maybe.
we need more Sage.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I
I just
feel
like
like
that one of
people have
these is
liked her
just-
so much. She's definitely coming back. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, of course.
If she
Yeah.
does not come back.
Also, I,
mean,
just
that-
want to say
yeah.
about Frontiers, before we move on, just because I feel like we are soon. So I think this game is like a solid 6, but like with mods and stuff, it's actually
Mhm.
fucking crazy. good.
Yeah, no, the mods are already amazing for it. Like,
There's like a mod that adds shadow with like complete custom animations and
Yeah,
new
yeah,
animations,
yeah.
and there's like a mod that is like fixing the pop-in. There's a mod that fixes the cyberspace controls. There's a mod that does everything.
Yeah, and welcome to
Momentum.
it's so good to have another Sonic game that people are modding the shit out of, because really, Generations was the last time, like, for a 3D Sonic that people really went crazy on mods, because Lost World and Forces like had mods, but they weren't popping off just because the games themselves didn't. Whereas like this one, it feels like the modding community is like full force with this game, you know?
Oh, wait, one more minor question. It's safe to
Yeah.
assume these new 3 characters aren't going to get costumes, right?
Yeah, it's
Probably
safe
not.
to assume.
That was the
Yeah.
biggest thing that disappointed me in this. I wanted the costumes in this to be
I
like
know.
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, me too.
Like if
Probably
you
next
100% the
game.
game, you could be like Dreamcast Sonic.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
amazing.
Mm.
Yeah, because there's a Dreamcast Sonic mod, and it's perfect. And I just wish that was in the game.
Yeah.
I always find it so funny. This is like kind of off topic, but still on
Mhm.
topic since we're talking about Sonic. Is like how much the Sonic community embraces.
I
mod.
know.
Not just like the community, but I mean like the official people who work on
Yeah.
Sonic.
That's how
Work
it needs to
ethic
be,
are
man.
No,
like,
I
yeah,
mean,
do your
I
mods, like, do whatever you want to do. You know.
I genuinely believe, like I've said this before, like mods are like an inherent part of Sonic, like reviews and like type of things that genuinely
It's part of
should
Sonic's
matter.
culture, bro.
Yeah, it is.
for
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
yeah, there's
like- it's like
entire
Pokemon.
channels. Yeah,
Mods and fan games are such a huge part of what Sonic
Yeah,
is. I mean, the fact that there's a
literally all
yearly
of it.
thing dedicated to Sonic fan
Yeah,
yeah,
games,
that shit is
awesome.
there's 2 of them. Yeah, there's Sonic
Yeah.
hacking contest, and there's
And to
the
me,
and there's Sage.
other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sage.
from like a game developer standpoint, I think I'm pretty good at making 2D levels. Like I mess around with it all the time. I think I have a pretty solid grasp on level design.
Hmm.
Sonic level design is fucking I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Yeah,
I can't do like each 2D level is like a fucking art piece that goes forward, and there's like
Yeah.
a million ways to. I can't do it.
no, with Sonic, there's dead ass like some 2D games that are like some of them are like, especially this year, there was 2 of them. There was like Fallen Star, that was a full new 2D game with a unique like pixel art style, and then there's someone remade Sonic, what was it, Triple Trouble 16-bit, and like it was
Oh, I
like,
watched my friend play that. That looks
Yeah.
so good.
it is a completely original like 2D games. Like it legitimately is part of the culture and like part of the series. I think it's a big reason why it survived
What
a
was that
lot of
other
those
one?
As
years.
long
where
as it
then-
has, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Fallen
Yeah.
Star.
Fallen Star, yeah, that one's fantastic.
We're not going to talk about that 3D one that came out this year, though. We're going to leave that
No.
one in the.
Yeah, we don't have
in
to
the
talk about
closet.
that. Yeah, that one's gone.
Wait, what was the 3D one that came out this year?
I'm not going to say its name, but let's just say there's a Maria boss fight and I think a Chris boss fight from Sonic X. So let's just leave it at that.
There's a lot going on, man.
I think there's also in the game, there's a texture of Maria's underwear and it says bad girl on it. So
Oh
let's
my
just.
God.
Yeah, that's
Really
kind of
bad
Oh,
timing.
weird.
no. All right, that's all we need to know. That's it.
I would say
We're
one
moving on.
more thing real fast. I was
Okay.
surprised. Well, they changed the name. I think they call it homing dash. So when it was called magnet dashing by the community, like the way that if you do a homing attack in forces and press boost
yeah.
during it, you just send yourself flying. They actually released a video telling players how to do it and explaining why
Yeah.
it's good. And I was surprised. that
Embracing
they
the
actually
speedrun
embraced
stuff
that
is
fully.
a smart move.
Now, though, I would like Mike to talk about the flip side of that.
Oh, I was trying to not bring the conversation down
No,
at
I
any
want
point.
both sides. Because I
No.
think there's merit to both sides.
No,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm actually a little disappointed that they mentioned it because it might mean they'll bring it back with very minimal changes.
Mhm.
I really don't like the homing dash, or at least how it's
Really?
implemented in this game, because the worst thing that happens to like a speedrun for me is when
Mm.
like the majority of the speedrun is like out of bounds.
Yeah,
Right,
that's what
right.
killed like Mario Odyssey speedruns.
Like
for
Mario
me.
Odyssey, like the portal any percent is awful now because they're just not interacting with the game really anymore.
Right. I
If
feel like
there's-
because
if-
cyberspace are like a side thing and it's not what the game is,
Yeah,
it's fine, you know. Like if it was something that
I-
plagued like the main map, it'd be an issue. But I feel like because it's in like what is essentially the bonus level of the game, like it's fun to do for what it is.
yeah.
I
Also,
think I
just,
for
said
what it's
exactly
worth-
this. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
For what it's worth, the mechanics of the 3D Sonic games change every game.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like the boost in particular feels different in like every.
Yeah, it's
3D
completely
Sonic
different.
Yeah.
When I went back and tried to play Generations, I was like, "What's happening?" But fuck, I was gonna say something about this.
About the speedruns?
Oh, right, that's right, it was. So I think I said exactly this in my Discord, but I think what makes Mario speedruns more interesting than Sonic speedruns, which is ironic because Sonic's all about going fast, is that Mario actually interacts with the game and level and
Yeah, yeah,
mechanics. A lot of Sonic speedruns are
You're breaking through it. Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
zipping in
Mm.
2D, or you're trying to get through the whole level without doing anything in 3D. But like I said, I didn't say that. I was about to. There's like glitchless runs, I guess, but they're never the main category, which is lame.
Mhm.
So I'd like for I think it's a cool. Is it a glitch at this point? Like it's an exploit, I guess. I'd like for it to come back if it got tweaked because I think it's too strong right now.
Yeah. If they like nerfed it, maybe it'd be cool. But also just like this is just a personal thing. I'm kind of over homing attack, or at least how it currently functions.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of like it. If I'm being
I-
honest,
well,
like,
yeah,
it's
I don't
it's
like
nice that you don't have to
cyberspace right now
jump
where you're
now.
where you're
I just
jumping
do a
from
homing
different
attack.
levels and homing onto things. I also really like the combat in Frontiers too. I feel like
yeah, it's so fun.
combat's super fun and flashy,
Mhm.
and once you know how to do certain moves, like I feel like I sort of use them as a crutch a little bit. Like I'll jump up in the air and do one of those quick spin around things, and then it launches the character up. I leap, I boost, and then I do the thing where he summons like the 10 Dragon Balls and shoots them into him. And
Yes,
that is
yeah.
awesome. That wipes out pretty much every enemy I've run into. But it's actually satisfying. It's a lot of fun when you're playing through the game.
Yeah.
about the homing attack, other than like the glitches where it won't lock on sometimes, I feel like they nailed how it feels perfectly in Sonic Adventure 2. In this game, when you fucking hit someone, it like goes into like Guilty Gear Strive hit lag, and I'm just like, okay, we don't
Like,
need to do this.
I get it, but at the same time, for me, it's I don't know. I mean, I get the complaint that if you're just trying to play the game and you don't want to have to worry about it, it's kind of annoying. It just slows you down. But I feel like it adds more to it because now I'm actively trying to avoid enemies because I will go faster if I do that.
I don't.
I guess
I don't know about
guess-
that. I don't agree
it's
with
just-
that at all. Yeah.
I don't want to have to avoid something they put in the world, like unless it's
Yeah.
like an
Like,
insta kill hazard or
That
something.
feels like a lot of my complaints with this game is like I am just avoiding shit because I don't want to be slowed down. Like
Mhm.
that is the game.
I think the thing with the homing attack as well, and this has been a thing with Sonic ever since the inception of the homing attack, where
Yeah.
the whole point of it as a mechanic is that jumping in 3D is quite difficult to do with precision, and so the homing attack is there to help with that.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like Flood.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's also a very kind of rigid feeling mechanic, and it's been like that in almost every Sonic game.
Yeah.
And I think it would be nicer if there was just a bit more in terms of momentum behind it. Like homing attacking off of something would like carry that momentum forward. So there's a better sense of flow with the mechanic.
Yeah, I think like how Sonic Utopia implements it is really nice because it doesn't like launch
Mm.
you. It's just kind of like you hit the button and it subtly points you in the enemy's direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, like with the modern homing attack and all the rails and the boost pads, it's just like a lot of like levels feel very like automatic. Like I'm not really platforming, I'm just hitting the homing attack button into things that just propel me forward.
It sounds like the problem I've had with Sonic for years.
Yeah.
I
It'll
think
get fixed.
other than the homing attack in 3D, I don't even give a fuck about boost. I think Psyloop is like one of the best inclusions.
I
to
Psyloop
create
is
motion.
actually-
Yeah, it's
Psyloop
really
is super
good.
fun.
I think
I have,
Psylocke
like-
should just be part of his moveset.
Yeah, I got nothing to complain about with Psyloop.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be ass, and then they showed that you can boost during it, and I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, I think
Do we
we've
wanna move on
exhausted
from
the
Sonic?
Sonic
Yeah.
talk now. I definitely do.
Enough.
I'm ready. I feel like people are probably ready.
Let's
to
hold
move on
off
too.
till that DLC.
We have a lot of actually. Also, Tito, are you in here right now?
No.
Oh, I saw no. Okay, never mind. I saw the little name and I didn't see if he was actually in here or if it was just.
I am. Yes.
no. Oh, you are. Oh, hello.
Yeah. What? Roger?
Roger's on that
I'm on my-
crack
I'm on
right
When
my-
he
now.
answered you, what did you
So I
think?
can't
It was
see-
it not
Roger's
I thought
him?
that was
schizophrenia
Coast.
art.
I thought that was Coast saying no.
No.
Coast,
Wow.
what we sounding like, bro?
You
I
did
don't
in that
think we-
1
I don't-
second.
I
Go
don't think
back
we sound like at all.
in that 1 second. You sounded. I thought Coast.
Hey,
I've
guys,
been
what's up? It's
I've been
Tito.
mistaken for Chris. I've been mistaken for Shofu. I've been mistaken for Snark. Like, what is going on? Does no one have ears?
Do your best Roger impression right now, Tito.
No.
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
I can't.
You have to. You have to.
No, I don't.
It's the end of the year. You have to.
What does that mean to me?
It means you have to do
It's the
something
end of the
special
year
for the show.
in America. It's not, Chinese New Year's still coming up. Fuck.
What are you talking about?
China run the world right now. Fuck you talking about? Why are we
All right.
It definitely does not. Not right now, at least.
Well, one thing I really do want to do that I think would be fun for the show, because I saw some people talking about it on Twitter a couple days ago, and I thought this would make for a fun
We're
little.
not getting naked, Roger.
We're not. That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say what we should do is there was a thing going around on Twitter the other day where people were going over their dream game mashups with developers and video games.
Wait,
and
did
so I
did
kind of
miss
wanted
anything?
to do
What did I
that.
miss?
We were just
Well,
talking
Sonic
about
Fox.
Sonic
You missed-
discussion.
You guys
so
talked about
nothing
Sonic
that
the
you would
whole
talk about.
time?
We
Yeah,
talked
so
about
far,
Sonic all the
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Well, we were chilling for like
Oh, okay.
45 minutes.
It's just a
first,
fun
and
little.
then-
It's a chill stream end of the year show.
No, I was
That's
just
all it is.
asking. I was like, God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Uh,
we
These
did.
are already doing
So
a
wait,
whole
for this-
Sonic video? Like,
We love
For this
Sonic
topic-
here.
Yeah, but Roger didn't play it yet.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
For this topic, is it a mashup of IPs or is it like
Right, so-
Nintendo and
I think this all started. This was on the 20th. Walmart Canada posted up a thing that said, "What is your dream hypothetical game mashup?"
Tired of
with
Walmart
4
Canada.
photos.
So Walmart
And it
Canada
was-
Gaming.
Walmart Canada Gaming. That's right. And they put up 4 pictures, and it was like Banjo Kazooie Toys for Bob, Sly Sumo Digital, Wario Land Way Forward, and Conquer and some other developer I wasn't familiar with. And then a bunch of people jumped on it. I jumped on it. I saw a lot of other responses to it, and I thought this would be fun for the show. So what I think we should do in Discord order, starting with Fidel,
Okay.
as we go over, you basically choose a developer, could be any developer, any company, and a game that you'd want to see, or a franchise that you want to see them tackle.
Okay.
Anything.
I would like because honestly, I'm a little tired of Marvel versus Capcom. Give me an actual like modern Sega versus Capcom. You know,
Ooh.
I genuinely would love to see,
this dude just wants Sonic?
I want Sonic versus Mega Man. I want what's it called? I want Monkey. I want II versus what's it called Ryu.
Okay,
I want like
II will
these
go
really
kinda crazy.
Yeah. I
I
want Kiryu.
I am Michael crazy, bro.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of cool characters. They could bring like weird characters like Alex Kidd. They could bring Axel Stone from like Streets of Rage. Like there's
I have a question.
ton.
Is that yellow star dude Sega?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right Star.
Right Star.
Right Star.
I don't know shit about him, but I feel like he'd be fire in a fighting game.
Yeah, no, exactly.
His,
so I feel
his,
like
dash charge attack thingy that he has is so cool.
yeah, it is, dude. No,
Also,
like,
real
something
quick,
that-
not to cut you off, but
yeah,
you were
go
just
ahead.
talking about Capcom, and I
Mhm.
wanted to bring this up because I don't know when else we're going to be able to bring this up. Since the last show, there's now a release date for Mega Man Battle Network
Yes.
Legacy Collection. The game is coming out on
April.
April 14th of
Can't
next
wait.
year, and when they announced the release date, it became the single most pre-ordered game, the Switch version in particular, became the single most pre-ordered game on Amazon Japan for 2 days after they
You want to
announced
know
it.
why?
That's
Because
wild.
that game
want
is
Battle
fucking
Network.
clean.
It's not. No, it's not even that. It's because it's a fucking collection that effort went into. It's not just ROMs dumped onto a cartridge.
I think all their collections have been so good. Like,
Yeah,
so
They
good.
have
no,
been.
I like
no,
they
I'm
are-
gonna
they
be
are really
completely
good.
honest. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, 2, and X Collection 1 and 2 are both just ROM collections, right? The Zero
Well,
Collection.
The Zero one was
is-
good. I liked it.
Yeah,
I
the
love
Zero
Zero
one
Collection.
is actually built up upon the original source code,
Mhm.
and the Battle Network Collection goes even further, and it's completely
Adds-
recoded.
But
And
they added
it's
the fucking
it's the
multiplayer
Japanese,
shit.
It's the Japanese ROMs translated to English, which means we have all the cut content that wasn't in the English
I'm
games.
excited, man. I
When
can't
does
wait.
that come out?
It's gonna
'Cause
be
I'm like,
great,
I'm really
man.
excited
That's
about
April.
that too. Oh my gosh.
And yeah,
Everyone's
they
gonna be
added
trading me their,
they added online battling and trading, and there's like a whole ranked system.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
You can even trade styles, which is cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Anyway, sorry to cut you off, Fidel. Anything else
No,
you
you're
want to
good.
say about Sega X Capcom?
Say as I just want that as a fight. It'd be fun. Give me Hatsune Miku. I know like they're not owned, but they
Wait, you want
publish the
Sega
games.
to make that?
No. I want Capcom to make it.
Make
But
I
Capcom
want-
make
I
it
want to
in
happen.
our engine, but with Sega licensing.
Oh, okay. I was just okay.
Yeah.
It's actually a good choice.
So yeah, they can't put Knights in there because Yuji Naka's in jail, but they can certainly
Oh
put.
my god.
They can put Jet Set Radio
Bro,
or
he got,
someone
he
else.
got jailed up twice.
I'm pretty sure actually Sega owns complete rights to Knights, though, don't they?
Yeah, but I
feel
just
Sega
feel
not
like
gonna
I just
touch
feel
that.
like it's his character and everything. It's all
In the
situation.
night, dreamed
But what the
in
fuck is he gonna do behind bars?
I don't know,
Nothing.
bro. He'll find a way out. He did it the first time.
That's right.
It's kind of true.
All right, McDareth, how about you? What's your choice? Developer and
I don't know. I'm kind of like this year's been very good. I'm happy. All the games I really wanted to do well have been doing well. I hope Diablo 4 doesn't suck. I guess it'd be cool to see Marvel vs. Capcom by Arc Sys.
Oh, Arc System Works versus game would be actually awesome. I'd put them on the Sonic Capcom one. Do Sega Capcom developed by Arc System Works? That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't have
Wait a minute. I think
anything
it just
too
went out.
special though, but that is my
Have
current.
A big
Cool.
idea. That's fine.
Yeah.
Coast.
All right, I got two ideas.
Let's hear it.
One is Final Fantasy IX by Square Enix. I think if they did that shit sometime next year, I would love it. I would love it. But on
Wait,
the
real
real,
quick, I need to interrupt you. McDareth, what did you say yours was? My headphones exploded.
I thought Marvel vs. Capcom made by Arc Sys.
Okay, go ahead, Adam.
I think what would be really cool and people wouldn't expect. Who are the developers of the game? You know the games like Until Dawn or Man of Medan. You know those games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget their name.
Give me that of like Danganronpa or like Ace Attorney or some shit like that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Super massive games.
Yeah. That would be
yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
like that. Ace Attorney, I think, could be really cool.
That'd be really interesting, yeah.
I like that. Mike, how about you?
Well, I also have two.
Let's hear him.
Two that I'd really, really like.
Wait,
So-
Coach, what was your second?
It was Final Fantasy, dude.
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy IX by Square Enix.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Do you
I've
mean,
got
do you
Attention
mean
with
Final
the helmet.
Fantasy IX remake?
Isn't that coming? Isn't that like part
Yeah.
of that initial leak from
We
2
don't.
years
They
ago?
haven't said anything yet, but we definitely know it's gonna happen. That's all I gotta say.
I'm going to say this. I think it is definitely real, and here's why. There
It
is
is
a
real.
YouTuber I watch. His name is Paolo from Tokyo, and he does videos like day
Oh,
in the
the
life
Square
of employees.
Enix tour.
Yes, do you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so he did a video
Roger. When they
recently-
showed the fucking statue, I was like, "It's happening."
I was like, it's time. This is actually going to be a thing. Because if you don't know what we're talking about, there was this video where this guy did a day in the life of a Square Enix employee, and they interviewed one of the artists for, I think it was like Chocobo GP. And when he had free reign to walk around the headquarters, he ran into somebody's desk that had this anniversary statue for Final Fantasy IX. And they said it's for a project we can't talk about yet. And that's about as clear of a confirmation as you could possibly get. I was shocked they allowed that in that video.
To be fair, it's a statue that's been out for a while, and it's just you can't buy
Yeah,
it
but what the
anymore.
fuck could it be related to, bro?
I'm assuming they're gonna re-release it with something related to the remake.
I think the 9 remake's happening for sure.
It's not. Well, it's not even a matter of that. If something is on the Nvidia leak, it's real.
Yeah, it's
That's-
guaranteed.
yeah,
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah.
What else is left on that we haven't already got?
There's a lot. There's a lot. We got Armored Core, which was on there.
That's right. That's right.
There's a lot of shit.
Sorry, Mike, we cut you off. What's your game?
It's all good. I've got 2. So I've got Next Level Games making a Star Fox game.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a good one. Yeah.
So I think the reason I picked that is I think Star Fox is in dire need of like a personality refresh.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not like a full reboot, but we need like a developer that understands how to animate characters really well and like show a lot of personality through those animations. We need that for Star Fox badly. And you know,
I'm just gonna hop off that real quick then,
Yeah,
because that
go
was
ahead.
also one of my choices was Star Fox. But I said Sora. I want to see Sakurai make a Star Fox game because I feel like Kid Icarus
Yeah, after
Uprising
Kid Icarus, yeah,
Please.
is
he
the
definitely
best
do
Star
it.
Fox game of the past
Yeah.
like 20 years. That game has everything that made Star Fox good. The dialogue was funny and corny without being like cringy. The gameplay was really fun and arcadey. It had a good multiplayer mode. And Sakurai obviously knows what makes Star Fox good from Smash Brothers.
I just
Like,
like
from the cutscenes that Fox and Falco were in and all the stuff he does with the series, he knows it. He loves
I just
it.
like I couldn't say that because Sora is not like a studio with a team, you know?
I always saw it as
It
like
counts. It counts. That's what I put on my tweets. So that
No,
totally
you can
counts.
put that. It's just like that's why I wouldn't do it.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah,
like,
of course.
yeah.
Okay.
Kid
I
Icarus
saw Kid
Uprising
Icarus
was like
as-
a lightning in a bottle.
Sure.
I
of
saw
course,
that
of
as
course.
like I saw that game, yeah, as like Star Fox Assault, where you would do the sky mission, then you'd go on land and do like a mission, but like it was done in a modern day and like executed
Yeah.
super. But it's like whenever when I played Kid Icarus back then, I was like, oh my god, this is what it reminds me of.
And my
So good.
second one is Omega Force developing a Kirby game.
That would be clean.
Oh, that'd be super fun. Actually,
That's what I really, really want from Omega Force.
Mega Force Kirby. I dig it. Tito, what's your choice?
Okay, well, I have 2. Well, I technically have 3, but one of them is actually kind of real, and I'm just waiting for it. Is Vicarious Visions remaking either Sly Cooper or Jack and Daxter? Like that's going to happen because that was leaked a while ago, but there's just
What
like,
was
some
leaked?
stuff
That they're redoing an old Sony Sony franchise?
that
or
it is on their docket at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So
Something else got leaked that we can talk about later on. So
but so that would have been it. But I in terms of 2, I'll choose one fighting game and one not. The non-fighting game is I want what do you call it? Don't brain no work. It is
Bloody Roar?
Supergiant, developer of Hades.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because I think a Pokemon roguelike is free money. I think
Ooh, okay.
Wait.
I think a Pokemon
I'm all
roguelike-
for that.
I think a Pokemon roguelike is literally free money.
Isn't Mystery Dungeon half that kind of with the procedurally?
he's saying if
Dungeons?
he's saying if
But he's
not
saying
a
that
developer.
Like
developer.
an action-oriented
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
Bastion
yeah.
or a Hades
because
with Pokemon
PMD
characters.
is a roguelike, but it's also like not at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you
Like-
are you thinking like you play as a Pokemon or you are catching Pokemon and that's
I-
like your build?
I think yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I think
I
think
need
you
this
play,
now.
You play as a character in a new region, and in every run you go through, you are catching Pokemon with like, and the gimmick is like the balls are only like they're temporary, like like because like they're like they're gonna do some bullshit where like the culture is to not imprison the Pokemon they don't believe in catching, so it's like you have a partner Pokemon that you start with, probably Pikachu, but like, and then you go through and trade up and collect as you go on. And then the boss battles are usually probably going to be like legendaries or something. And then the other one, a fighting game, at least for me, I'm really like there's not a fighting game developer I love and hate more than NetherRealm. Like, I love NetherRealm, but I also hate them because I think they have some of the most atrocious animations of all time in any game.
Okay.
But but I would love to see my favorite fighting game of all time is actually not Marvel 2. It's actually like Urban Reign. I don't know if anyone has played Urban Reign.
Definitely
like-
not.
Urban Reign is like this arena fighter made by Bandai Namco on the Tekken engine. The Tekken 3 engine, I believe. So I want to see something along the lines of that or something very generic like
Bro, my headphones were half off. I thought you said Rumble Roses. I was about to fucking flip.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But yeah. Something like that. Or like an Arxis God of War fighter.
Oh, that'd be awesome too.
But that would just be P-Saber, so.
It says Urban Reign is technically like part of the Tekken series.
Correct. Paul Phoenix is canonically in the game.
And martial law, it says.
And Law is also in the game.
And it's a beat 'em up game. Interesting.
It is an arena fighter beat 'em up style that is very fun. It is not balanced, but good fighting games are not balanced. So
has it been re-released ever?
No.
So it's still just stuck on PS2.
It is stuck on PS2. It is if I remember correctly, it is the only one of, if not the only Bandai Namco fighting game that can be considered a fighting game that only has one version.
Dang.
Because it does not have an arcade version. It is a console exclusive.
All right, there you go. I literally didn't even know. I'm just looking at the videos of this. I didn't even know this game existed. I want to try it.
Let's try it, but let's go with Pokemon Roguelike.
I like that. I'm going to repeat what I said on Twitter. I think if they're ever going to do another Earthbound game, you give that to Toby Fox. Like, first and foremost. I think Toby Fox obviously built Undertale off of Earthbound in the first place. I think his writing style very much fits the weird quirkiness, like meta commentary thing that Undertale does and Earthbound. I think they do it really, really well. His music would also be incredible. And I feel like because of Earthbound and Mother 3 and Mother 1 all being games that are kind of a single person's vision, right? Like it's Itoi's vision. You need that one auteur to make the game. And I think unless you go with one of those kind of developers where it's like the developer's vision, one person, and other people are just working to fulfill that vision, that's the way to nail Earthbound. And I think the only person I trust to do that would be Toby Fox. So I would say Toby Fox, Earthbound would be one. And the other one, which I put on Twitter, that I definitely want to bring up, and it's not going to be the Arc System one because everyone already brought it up. I want to see a remake of Zelda 2, the side-scrolling Zelda game, done by Studio MDHR that makes Cuphead. I want a hand-drawn, super challenging 2D remake of Adventure of Link. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who want a remake of that game done maybe like by a From Software, something in 3D that would also keep the challenge, but would just be like translated to a 3D environment. I think the thing that makes that game good is the fact that it's a side-scrolling 2D game. And so I want a company that knows how to do side-scrolling 2D, knows how to do a challenge that doesn't feel like it's broken difficult, that you can actually do it if you train, and that would have a beautiful art style and a killer soundtrack.
What if they did that in this, like, they did the hand-drawn art style, but they did it in this art style,
like the actual art style, that's, bro,
instruction manual?
Exactly. The instruction manual art style of Zelda 2 done by Studio MDHR. Yes. Yes.
I could see this, like, I could see this being animated by them. Like, look.
Yeah, exactly. And if it looked like that when you're playing the game and it's side-scrolling, oh my gosh, and you've got the fully orchestrated soundtrack, it'd be incredible. So
yeah,
that's
like, even look at this. I could see this moving around.
I'm telling you, man. I know. Studio MDHR Zelda 2, please. All of my money, please. Viram, what's your choice?
So So I also have two. One would be, so originally ages ago, I wanted an F-Zero game by Platinum. I think quite a few people wanted something along those lines. Now, however, I think I'd want it by Capcom, and I'd want like an action-oriented Captain Falcon, like action beat-em-up style game. With, of course, like the hybrid of the racing, but like I think if you get the people that worked on like Devil May Cry working on a Captain Falcon oriented action game, I think that would be so cool.
That would be good.
Am I the only one who likes Captain Falcon out of the car more than in the car? Is that just
No,
me?
no. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, most people like him like that because
Okay.
that's Smash
Most
Bros.
people know him from Smash. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's probably like
Smash
the
OC.
Smash character.
Yeah, the
'Cause
most
he-
Smash mascot kind of character.
At least Fox had a design outside of his thing before. They still gave him like Foxfire and stuff, which is OC, but Captain Falcon's entire moveset is OC, and then Falcon Punch went on to be in the F-Zero anime.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, too, if you look back at the old beta test for Smash Brothers, when it was called like Dragon Fighter or something.
Yeah, they're all Captain
The
Falcon.
models, they're all Captain Falcon. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was,
then-
speaking of Dragon Fighter, real quick, my
Mhm.
bad. It's crazy that
Alright.
Sakurai showed shit from that in his YouTube videos.
He
Yeah,
can do
I was
whatever he wants.
surprised.
Sakurai.
Yeah, it was
He
crazy.
can do
Anyway.
whatever he wants. So, what's your second game, Virum?
The other one is one of the ones that was on your post on Twitter,
Yes.
and just thinking about it, like the Arxis One Piece game is just just the low hanging fruit. It's just such a like
Please.
after having read the whole thing now, it's
Bro,
just
it would be
like,
so
yeah,
fun.
I've been begging for that for
it'd
a
be
while.
so cool.
It would be. It's also perfect because there's like there are so many viable characters in One Piece. You don't need to have 80 Luffy's. Like,
No,
you can have, like,
no,
you can-
she's
you
saying,
can have like
I
2
think
or
it would
3
also
Luffy's.
be awesome to have a couple Luffy's. So you have like a Gear 2 one, a Gear 5 one.
No, I think
That'd be
Gear
awesome.
2 should be part of his main set, but then like Gear 4 and 5 should be separate movesets.
4 definitely should be.
Yeah,
Which
or
one's the one
5
where
could
he
be
gets
like a level
swole?
5 super or something.
Which one's the one where he looks big and dumb?
4.
That's
That's
4.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
4, yeah.
That
Well,
one is he has a completely different fighting style, so
Okay.
he'd need to have his own moveset.
Yeah, yeah.
Virum, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
FF14 fighting game. Who's making it?
Oh, see, I haven't played through enough of FF14. I'm still only up
Hear me
to
out. Hear me out, because you played through enough of it.
okay.
The Marvel 3 team makes
What?
makes FF14 a tag fighter.
That would
Wait,
be
I got one too.
Nah, I don't know about
Oh,
that.
that's great.
I don't
What
know
about?
that.
I'm just imagining like Horse Chiffon flying around the screen.
Bro, that would be bro, you have fucking Alizé Alpha Node. That's crazy. Like
Bro, I'm
what?
I'm a Papa Limo man for sure.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what are we really doing here? Like,
What about Iron Galaxy with the particle effects?
Ooh,
That's a good
Actually,
invite.
Now
I
I like
kind
this.
of, I kind of want to say Iron Galaxy, another Killer Instinct, so badly.
Nah, fuck that game. FF14.
That's a matter of time, I feel like. Iron Galaxy will probably end up making another one of those soon
I
enough.
feel like Maximilian, dude, is solely
Yes,
keeping the
you are
interest
correct.
in Killer Instinct alive, and
The
he'll
only
be
reason why
Absolutely.
people care about
responsible
KI
for
is
the
because
next
Max is making videos. I'm convinced.
We got to get him on in 2023. That's a guest
That's a
everyone
you
keeps
thing.
asking for.
Why did your
We
mic
should.
just change in quality like by the snap of a finger? What the fuck's going on over there, bro?
Wait, good or bad quality?
You turned on a filter like you just sound like ass now.
Wait, what?
He's always
sounds
sounded
fine.
like ass. What are you talking about?
Am I on crack? Did it?
Yes.
Does he not sound different to you?
No, he sounds
sounds
exactly
the
the same.
same.
You're on correct.
It definitely sounds the same to me.
Now, yes,
I'm
aiding.
listening to it on
That's
the
it.
stream.
Yeah, aiding
Aiding, yeah.
making the FF14 because there's enough. Here's the only problem, and it's the same problem that anime fighters have, where people are gonna get spoiled, and you just have to You just have to accept that
Oh,
people are
yeah.
gonna get spoiled.
But I think at this point, now that Endwalker is out, right?
That's what I'm
They
saying.
have enough
bro.
content with this first portion of the game where you could go up to Endwalker and put tons
And
of
be
characters
fine.
in there. Yeah.
You could just be. You could be fine. You could have all the scions. You could
There's a
have,
Shadowbringers character I'm thinking of in particular that I think would be so clean.
I know which one you're thinking of.
See-
That would be.
Oh my
fire.
God.
Tito, the problem with Ating, right, is that
Yeah, they made
I've
DNF
lost-
Duel.
I've lost some faith in them after they made DNF.
No. We're not talking about. At least I'm not talking about whether or not it'd be good or not, because I don't think you can quantify that. Capcom can make a bad game, and anyone can make a bad game. I'm not.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just saying, if we're talking about the IP and how I want it to look,
Yeah.
like I want, if it looks like Marvel, like if it looks maybe not Marvel 2, it could look like. It could look more like Marvel 3, like vanilla Marvel 3, not Ultimate, because on Ultimate they got like they doubled down on the really dark line cartoon style. But like the movement in that game is enough, bro. Like what's her like Ishtola's basically Dormammu. That's basically Dormammu.
I want this now. I think that'd be great. Zeph, we didn't hear yours, by the way.
Everyone had 2, right?
Yeah, do as
Yeah.
many as you want. We don't
Alright.
care.
I'll just do. I have like
End of the year.
2.5 because
Do
it could
7,
be either
whatever,
for.
You're good.
So for the first one, it could be either of these two. I don't care which. I want it has to be like classic styled paper game, but I want it to be not Mario. I want it to either be Splatoon or Zelda as an RPG.
Okay, Splatoon would be interesting.
I think both could be cool. Like Link, if you do Zelda, Link could have like instead of the Master Sword, he has some fucking sword that can cut paper. I don't fucking know. Anyway, and then I get like everyone wants an HD 2D Chrono Trigger, but I think it would be way cooler if Chrono Trigger got a remake and it looked like a better Dragon Quest 11.
That's what I was kind of thinking about
Dude,
too. 'Cause that would
no.
actually be so
I actively
good.
don't want that. I will tell you right now, you're not alone. I don't want that. I actively do not ever want them to do that ever. I would so much prefer.
Yeah, I would HD.
After I
with
play-
orchestrated
yeah.
soundtrack.
Now you know what I need.
After I
Especially as
play-
somebody
after I-
who just went through a good portion of Dragon Quest XI this year, and the soundtrack in that compared to the soundtrack to the Team Asano games is like night and day. And I would much rather see Team Asano, even if it isn't 2D HD.
You know what's
Oh,
crazy,
no, I'm
Roger?
not
Have that
talking
in the
either. I'm
Dragon
not
Quest.
saying I want the fucking Dragon Quest composers and shit. I just want the art style.
Okay.
But
Oh,
Roger, you know
just-
what's crazy?
Just the art
Fair.
style.
Most of
I
these
thought-
these remake games now just let you choose what music you want to listen to. So
'Cause
that
I-
won't have
I-
any effect on you at all.
I think it would also just be interesting to see the Chrono Trigger world in 3D. We've already seen it in 2D.
yeah.
So like
That's true. That's true.
I think
My
it'd be cool.
my thing is that like after playing Chrono Trigger a couple years ago, I realized that world and that game is very much paced in a certain way, such that if you made it into like a big 3D game like Dragon Quest XI, I feel like the game becomes potentially a lot more sluggish.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how I felt about Dragon Quest XI. Is I didn't realize on the Switch version that you could switch between 2D
Oh
and
yeah, the
3D.
2D and 3D.
And I
yeah.
tried for literally 2 years to get into that game and
The
just
2D,
try to have a
okay.
good time. And playing in 3D was like such a grind, like
Really? Okay.
slog. And then I got to the Silvando area for the first time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this option when you're at the church to like try in 2D. And I hated the fact that I had to go back a little bit, but I literally never looked back. I just played in 2D
Really?
for
Okay, that's
as
so
long as I
funny.
have for the rest of the game. It's so much more fun. The
I
pacing
loved it
is
in
like
3D.
significantly better in 2D. Yeah.
That game's still really good, man. Everyone should play
I
it.
No,
enjoyed
it's a
that
great
game,
game for sure. But to me, like it felt very sluggish, and I didn't really know why it felt like that to me. And I was hearing everyone talk about how good this game was, and then when I switched to 2D, I never had a problem again, and I've been enjoying myself.
Man, like speaking of like the HD 2D, like if the the fact that Pokemon Company outsourced Diamond Pearl to Ilka, like please outsource.
I just thought of something.
Outsource
I also just thought of something.
any old Pokemon game with Pixar, like outsource them to like the whatever the team that makes the Octopath games.
Oh,
or whatever.
Asano.
I would die. I would literally
black
like
and white would be so
yeah,
clean
black and
3D.
white and oh my god.
Take this
like,
in.
yes, any of them. Yeah. What you got?
This is. I had a fucking brain blast with this one. Okay. All of the Mario sports games made by 2K. That would go insane.
No, because
I
Emily
don't-
has
I
so
don't
many
think so.
microtransactions.
What?
I mean, like,
Power ups in the 2K engine.
give the sports games back to Square Enix because the best sports games
No,
are like
it's true.
Mario,
oh, yeah,
Mario
Hoops 3 on
Hoops,
3
where
is
you
so
got-
good.
yeah,
Hear me
Mario
out,
Sports
random.
Mix.
Real random. Give the Mario Rabbids team
to
fucking just
Ubisoft.
let them go crazy with anything Pokemon related.
Oh yeah, that'd be
That would
fire.
be
That's
great.
that'd
be kinda
that would be
cool.
great,
Yeah.
actually.
Pokemon
Yeah, I would love
Tactics.
Pokemon Tactics, bro.
Give them Conquest.
Yes,
Make
bro.
Conquest. Have them do Conquest.
Yo,
Turn that
Roger's
into a.
spitting for real.
Oh, you know,
bro.
speaking
Oh
of
my
Pokemon,
gosh.
I love if Bando Namkai made a Pokemon game, you know?
Huh?
Maybe some fighting or something.
he talking
to?
Crazy.
Who's he talking to?
Just me?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cap, that shit would be ass.
Yo, who's he talking to?
That shit would be ass.
Zeph, did you have any more?
No, I'm good.
You're all good? All right, excellent. Then what I want to do for the end of this, because this is our last episode of the year, right? I feel now is the perfect time to do predictions for 2023. Because there's a lot of stuff already on the horizon, games we know that are coming out. There's a lot of things that aren't announced that I feel like could have for a fun discussion. So real quick, what I want to do, same thing, Discord order, starting with Fidel. I want to go over
Ooh.
2 things that you want to, well, actually one thing that you want to see happen in 2023 that you think is likely, not like a dream game, but something
Okay,
you
okay.
want to happen that's likely, and something you think is for sure happening.
Okay. The one half dream one I have is Kid Icarus Uprising on console because we still have that rumor, that Bandai is working on like a Nintendo action game thing. And why did Sakurai, of all people, who knows how people react when he says things, in one of his latest videos say, man, it would be really cool to play Kid Icarus Uprising on console someday.
Because he loves
I-
fucking with people that
No,
like to
but-
speculate 5
No,
million
because
times a day.
we've talked about this a lot where he doesn't, where like he doesn't actually do that. So I don't know. I feel like that IP is like that sold well and like for a revival of an old IP that like pretty much no one cared about, like selling what 4 million on 3DS, like it would have no problem selling well. Bandai, could help work on it, and I just feel like. And knowing Sakurai, I feel like even if he wasn't fully involved, he would like supervise it or something. And I don't know. I feel like that's sort of my mini one that I have a feeling is happening, but I'm not sure on. But the thing I feel like is guaranteed next year that isn't announced is it's between two. It's a 2D or 3D Mario. We've got a big movie coming up, especially because it's early in the year. Excitement for the franchise is going to be massive, and Nintendo Land is going to open up. More people than ever are going to have interest in Mario already. So I feel, and Zelda is really early in the year, and they're going to need a holiday game. So I feel like it's either going to be a new 2D game with a new art style, or it's going to be Odyssey 2.
Yeah, they could slightly change up the park around the end
Yeah.
of the year if there's a new
Yeah,
Mario
for sure.
game coming
Yeah,
up.
I just like it's been next year will be 6 years since Odyssey. And aside from Mario Maker, it's been 11 years since like an original 2D Mario game. So I feel like if any time is the time, it would be next year when we're almost at the end of the Switch's life. You recreate a bit of that 2017 magic where you have a big 3D Zelda, a big 3D Mario.
Big 3D Mario. Yeah.
And again, you have a movie. That's the year to capitalize on that. You're about to have something that's gonna make crazy money, including the theme park. So, and I just feel like what else because there's always Pokemon, but there's also a Nintendo like in-house first party game in the fall or holiday. And next year there is no mainline Pokemon. There might be, a remake or it's probably the DLC. So I just feel like Mario is like locked for next fall.
Right on. That's good. That's good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Those are good
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
predictions. Kid Icarus and Mario. All right,
Yeah.
McDarris.
So what I'm excited about or what I hope happens?
So one thing that you think is like realistically could happen, kind of like the Kid Icarus thing, and one thing that you want to see happen in 2023.
I hope Diablo 3 is not Diablo 4 is not complete ass.
That's fair.
Blizzard has been doing better recently, so I have higher hopes that they're gonna do better. Like I'm playing WoW right now, and this is the most fun I've had in WoW since I don't even know. It's been ages. This expansion is actually decent. So hopefully Diablo 4 is fun. I'm really excited for Tekken 8, but like I said, for me as a player, I don't really have many predictions for next year because like new Sonic game out is really good. WoW game came out and was really good. These are games and series I've been playing for most of my life. So the fact that these two are in good states makes you just really happy. So it's kind of boring, but I don't have like a definite answer for that.
That's fine. You don't have to have a definite answer. You can have easy answers. It's all good. Coast?
Wait. Tito said he had to go, I think.
Oh, Tito, let's go. What are yours, real quick?
Yeah, I'll be mad quick. Thank you, Zev. Thing that I don't know. I think we're gonna talk about in the next show, and I hope we do. When we talk about Pokemon and the anime and all that, I think we're gonna talk about that next show, right? Like actual show.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Ash
we could
and
talk
anime
about
for sure.
Ash.
That's like
next show.
big. Yeah.
Shofu got to be here for that one too.
Yeah, I agree. So for me, I think actually I think this is more definite than not sure. I think expansion for Scarlet Violet is next winter. And by end of year, I think we get the big expansion by the end of the year. Just because that's on track with everything else, and
Yeah.
it's just I think I'd be shocked if it didn't happen. Thing that I would like to see, although I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly confident in thinking that Project L will be fully released by the end of 2023. I'm not as certain. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a January 2024 game, to be honest. But hopefully, we get our hands on Project L, because I think that game is a landmark game, and I don't say that lightly for the fighting game community. I think that game is going to literally more than double the reach of fighting game. So
Yeah.
I agree.
I think anybody who likes fighting games wants that game to do well. So, or should rather. So those are my two.
Good choices. I like them. You take care, Tito. We will talk to
All
you in
right.
2023.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Peace out.
Happy
You
New
got
Year,
it.
yeah, bro.
See you guys.
Happy New
And
Year.
make sure everyone in the chat plays the you know what I'm saying, the award-winning, critically acclaimed MMO
There you
Final
go.
Fantasy 14.
Fantasy 14. Perfect. All right, Coast, what's up?
All right, now listen. A broken clock is always right twice.
It's
Can we
true.
agree on that?
Yeah.
Forever?
Yeah.
So because of that, Final Fantasy IX Remake has to come out next year. It has to.
Has
There's
to
no
come out
way,
next year. You think it not only gets announced, gets released next year.
bro.
So next year you want
Tell me how there's news about this show coming out for Final Fantasy IX. All of these Nvidia leaked games have been releasing, but Final Fantasy IX is one of the few that have not had a single word spoken to the public about or anything. We haven't heard anything about this for how when was the Nvidia leak? Last year?
last year.
Longer, I think. Let me.
So,
let
Year and
me
a
check.
half ago,
it's
actually.
inevitable. It
Yeah.
has to happen next year. Like it has to.
But next year it's supposed to be 60 and then 7 remake part 2.
I don't
Now,
give a
granted, I think
damn.
it'll
They
get
can
delayed,
they can
but-
release that shit for all I give a damn
Wait,
about.
real quick, can I go through this and talk about like the games? that
Yeah,
have
by all
been-
means. Yeah.
Okay, so from Sony, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Edition has been confirmed. Helldivers 2 confirmed. Horizon Forbidden West hasn't come to PC yet, has it?
Yeah,
No.
it will, though. That's a
Okay.
matter of time.
Gran Turismo 7, some game I can't pronounce. God of War, Returnal, Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Sackboy's Big Adventure, which did come to PC, Ghost of Tsushima, Microsoft, Gears 6, Oxide unannounced, Project Holland, Project Typhoon, Project Holland is Fable, Project Typhoon is Contraband, Project Woodstock is maybe Forza. Then there's
Well, then that
presumed
means
to
the
be
Forza
Perfect
thing
Dark,
is out too.
Halo 5,
Yeah,
Avowed, Kalimba, Indus, and Gravity. Square Enix, Chrono Cross Remaster did come to PC. FF Tactics Remaster hasn't. Tactics Ogre Reborn has. FF7 Remake has. FF9 Remake. There you go. FF16 coming to PC later. Unannounced title by Square Enix. Kingdom Hearts 4. And then there's like a bunch of one-off things.
And Kingdom Hearts 4
Bayonetta
got
3 is
announced
coming
too.
to PC, apparently.
There you
Bayonetta
go.
3, Resident Evil 4 remake, Street Fighter 6,
Oh.
Dragon's Dogma
That-
2.
just more
Monster Hunter
evidence
6.
that it has to happen. Like it's
Yeah.
it's
It's
happening.
done. It's locked.
And
I mean,
it's
it's a matter of
happening
just
next
when.
year.
There it is. Next year.
I
I'm
believe
saying it now. But what I will say,
I still actually
is-
can't believe you're still getting Dragon Dogma 2. I'm so happy. I waited so long.
I think my shot in the dark for a game that will be next year, just because I don't think we've seen a game from this IP in a while. I could be wrong. I really don't follow this IP that much. I think just because of the release window that Nintendo has for next year and how they don't really have much really announced at all aside from like the Kirby Return to Dreamland shit and like Tears of the Kingdom. I think we're gonna get a new Yoshi game.
Oh,
I think a new Yoshi
interesting.
game's gonna drop.
Goodfield has not announced anything in a while.
They have been quiet.
There could be a direct next month, and we get some drop maybe, or just some news about a late window release for a new Yoshi game. But I honestly think that is something that isn't unrealistic. I could see that happening for sure.
Right on. I like that. Yoshi is not something I thought was going to be brought up in this discussion. That's good. Mike, how you feeling?
All right. I guess first off, I want to say I'm very disappointed in Doug Bowser for making as minimal public appearances as he could.
Bro, he's gonna cry. He's gonna cry
mean,
because of that
It
comment.
might not be a bad thing. Like, he could not compare to Reggie.
No, he's
And
not a
I-
Reggie. Yeah.
Everyone would just be disappointed and
I agree.
constantly comparing him to Reggie.
He
and-
just listen. He should just be happy he has the Bowser name to at least have that bit.
Reggie, like,
You know.
Reggie's like the dude that shows up to the family function and gives you like a video game as a kid. Doug Bowser would give you like shoes.
No, I think he'd give you a
No,
Minecraft
he would-
card. Is I think what he'd give you.
He
I think
would
it'd be
give
something
you
where
a gift
he
card
could
to
No,
actually
Chili's.
he'd be
related.
like, now he'd be like, here's a Bowser plushie. Look at me, I'm so funny. Like he is definitely self-aware, you know.
There you
He'd
go.
be like, here's the Bowser Lego set.
But yeah, him not saying the thing I said he was gonna say ruined my prediction from last year.
Dang.
But this year, this
Mike has a
year,
fucking personal vendetta on him because his prediction wasn't right.
this year
Mike's
I think
coming
I
for
got
you,
it.
Doug.
I got
Okay,
it
let's
this year.
hear
I got it this year.
Let's hear
Okay, ready? So Miyamoto loves Pikmin. We all know
He
this.
does.
He does.
Pikmin 4 is coming out this year.
Uh-oh.
Pikmin were at Super Nintendo World. There's like little Pikmin hidden everywhere. Miyamoto is directly involved with the Mario movie. Pikmin
Uh-oh.
are gonna be in the Mario movie.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, you think?
That's something that's always been weird. Like, Pikmin and Mario have always been so closely related to the point where in Mario Golf GameCube,
Yeah.
on Peach's level, if you shoot a golf ball into the flowers, Pikmin come flying out.
Yeah,
Like, what?
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I genuinely think at the end of the movie, like when they save the Mushroom Kingdom, like or some part in the forest area they go to, like you'll see like a few Pikmin like wandering around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that will
don't think
definitely be
I don't
Easter
think they'll
eggs,
place
no doubt.
emphasis on it, but it will
Yeah,
be like
exactly,
a background
Yeah,
detail.
for sure. For
There
sure.
will-
Do you
you'll
think he'll be
see
in the
them maybe
background and be
plucked
like
in the
blurry
ground.
or?
I think
No,
the reason
no.
why he does that too, because I've seen a lot of people bring this up before. I think it's because he wants to make Pikmin happen. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what's
yeah.
the name of the character in Mean Girls? Gretchen Wiener, who's like
Yeah.
she says everything's fetch. She's like, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
The
I
thing
feel like
about
that's,
Pikmin though
that's
is I don't
Miyamoto
think
and
it,
Pikmin. He
I don't
wants
think it
to
ever
so
will happen
badly.
though because of
No,
its
but
genre.
he wants it so badly to be a success, and I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
him
too
folding
niche.
it into Mario stuff is just like trying to give the thing a chance.
Bro,
I
those
do think
Pikmin
Pikmin
shorts
4 will
were
be
so
good.
good.
And the shorts are great, and like Pikmin is an
Mm.
awesome franchise,
Hey,
but
Pikmin was
it
ass.
doesn't have the same
Yeah, no.
the chutzpah that Mario does.
The
Pikmin's
market-
very
the market-
niche. It has a very specific feel. and
Right.
Yeah, the
atmosphere.
market- the
genre
market
is
doesn't
really
demand it.
alienating.
They're also
I
like
think
like
honestly he's trying to change that up with Pikmin 4.
For sure.
like,
You think,
I hope
you think
so.
it's he's gonna try to make like an accessible tactical?
I think yeah, because with like the behind the back camera and everything, and he said like something about like the controls being easier to
Yeah.
use than ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
You
he's
think
trying to
the-
make Pikmin 4 like
I
the
think they
most
have to,
accessible
right?
one.
Do you think the 6-minute presentation on the Pikmin mobile walking game was any help to?
Absolutely
I
not.
do not.
no.
I mean,
no.
I think it got the word out for it, so
It
more
did get
people
the
are
word out.
aware
I mean,
of
a
it.
lot of people did not know that existed, even though it's
That
been
is
out
true,
for like
too.
almost a year.
But I don't think it helped the Pikmin franchise as a whole. But
definitely
it
not.
got the word out for that game specifically. But I don't think anybody's getting into Pikmin because of Bloom.
Yeah, no one. There's not going to be any bloomers coming to Pikmin 4.
So are those your predictions then?
Yeah, I got the one.
All right, right on. I am actually going to double down with somebody who brought up a prediction earlier. I could not agree more. I'm doubling down on what Fidel said.
Mhm.
I think for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, we are getting a game from Nintendo EPD Group 8 that made
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey,
He knows something.
Code, Mario Maker 2, All Stars, Bowser's
Has
Fury,
to.
all those games.
The
They have
articles
been
are being
quiet-
written right now.
Nintendo Life. No, but I think, like everything you just said, the movie's coming out this year. You got the theme park. There is no way that
Mhm.
Nintendo does not capitalize on some type of Mario universe thing
Absolutely.
this year in terms of a video game.
I don't even think it got to be Mario. Like they could make a DK game.
I
Or a
was
Yoshi
thinking
game.
that.
It's got to
or
be
Yoshi
Mario,
game.
man.
but I feel like it has to be Mario. I think it's got to be either an Odyssey 2 or maybe they do something off the wall.
You know,
Roger, you know what it is?
This
I know
would
what
be
it
the
is.
perfect time
I know what it
for
is.
people to get what they wanted from Odyssey. And
Yeah.
Roger, I know what it is.
have
What is
a
it?
Mario
Essentially.
game where there's like actual like other characters, like Donkey Kong makes an appearance, Wario.
Yeah, we could do that. They could totally do that.
All right, so Roger thinks, and I think a select people also think that because of the Mario movie, there's going to be some sort of release tied to
For sure.
the Mario movie release. Okay, so what it is you know the scene where they're on Rainbow Road and they're all racing, and we still haven't
yeah, Mario
seen
Kart.
all of the Mario Kart DLC tracks yet.
No way.
That's
No,
what
no,
it's
no,
going to
no,
be,
no,
and
no,
everyone's
no,
going to be
no.
pissed.
Wait,
No. No, I do think we are.
And there's going to
What
be
does
a
that mean?
special. There's going to be a special Mario movie track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
That'd be fire, though. You say that, like, I would actually look forward to that. But I don't think that's what the tie-in is. I think it's an actual Mario EPD developed game because they have not announced or worked on anything
fucking
since
I keep-
Bowser's Fury.
Nothing, man.
I keep thinking you're saying EDP, and I'm cringing.
What if
Oh, no,
what if
no,
the
EPD.
game is Donkey Kong, but you play as Mario?
That would be cool, right? If it's like a Mario and Donkey Kong
They remake
platformer thing, it'd be great.
that Game Boy
Okay,
series.
it's the Game Boy Donkey Kong, but once you finish Game Boy Donkey Kong, it's a whole other game.
Wild.
They pull it again.
But I think for sure we are getting something along those lines.
So,
Something EPD. I think in terms of something that I want to see happen next year, like I really, really badly want to see. I want to see by the end of the year the Chrono Trigger Team Asano announcement. Because right now I know they're working on Dragon Quest 3. I know there's like the 2D HD remake of that. I know Octopath Traveler is going to be February. Something is telling me the time is right for Chrono
I mean,
Trigger.
they have to. If they're going to Dragon Quest 3 with HD 2D, like they know Chrono Trigger is like
Yeah.
one they're saving in the back, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Yeah,
what
when it
happened
comes
to that
out
other
that Square Enix employees are farting on each other, they'll release Chrono Trigger
Yeah.
HD2D.
Didn't Dragon Quest 12 get like some teaser or something? What happened with that?
Yeah, got a teaser.
Yeah, they haven't. I'm sure we're going to see more of that next
Next
year.
year,
as well. There's a
probably.
lot of stuff we're going to see next year. Actually, I'll make one other quick one because this follows up on something that I said earlier this year that I said would happen by the end of this year that didn't happen. New virtual console stuff on NSO.
Please.
One of those
Nah,
is GameCube.
bro.
one of those
Nah. You
I'm
keep
telling you
saying
right
that
now, I'm
shit,
telling
and
you
it's
right
not
now.
happening.
I'm standing by it. I'm
Please.
standing
For
by what I
years,
said.
you keep
I
saying
don't
that
know why it got
GameCube
delayed.
shit, and it's not
happening.
happening.
It will. I'm telling you, it will. I don't know when. I don't know how, but it will. Viram, you're up.
First thing, considering all the momentum that Sonic has had. You know, we've had the collection of 2D games, we had the new 3D game, we had the new TV show, all that jazz. I think we also need a proper brand new 2D game as
Mhm.
well to be announced next year. Even if it doesn't come out next year, I think
I agree.
next
Wait,
during
you got
next
a
summer
2D
Sonic,
game. You
there
have a
has to
2D
be.
game this year.
Huh?
Sonic Origins.
No,
That's
no,
not a new.
no.
I was literally, I literally just mentioned that was a collection of 2D.
Oh,
Whatever.
that's your 2D
Anyway.
collection. That's your 2D release for the next 4 years, brother.
But yeah, no, like a new, even it could be like a new Sonic Mania type game, or ideally a brand new game that has entirely new levels and entirely new content would be
Mm-hmm.
especially lovely.
Yeah, I would genuinely love like a Rush style, just modern game.
Yes,
You know, where it's
I
modern
want,
Sonic.
I want a new Sonic Rush style
Yeah,
game.
that'd be
They're gonna do
great.
2D again.
Mhm.
And honestly, like I was talking about this, where like really thinking about it, they always have something 2D, whether it's, you know, something like Origins, whether it's Mania Plus, whether it's OG Mania, whether even on 3DS
Okay,
era.
I would
whether-
not say always. They often
No, I mean, you
have
know,
2D content.
every few years there's something to do, whether it's good or not. Like 3DS had the 2 Boom games that were 2D, right? And they had Generations 2D, you know, and then you had DS era with 2D, and you had Sonic 4. Like every few years they have something 2D. Again, like I said, quality, variety, completely different conversation, but they have been vocal about the fact that, you know, they understand that the 2D and 3D audiences, like a lot of them cross over, but they're a lot different, and that they want to keep doing that. And I feel like, you know, I just feel like there's a lot, we don't even know what Dimps is doing right now, right? And they made a lot of the 2D games. So there's definitely a high chance that they're working on a modern 2D Sonic game.
Yeah, I definitely hope that something comes in the near future. And then the other thing would be not so much a full game, but stuff with regards to the season pass for Street Fighter 6. I think it's pretty obvious that it's going to be the 4 characters that were not in that initial roster, but part of the leak. So that would be Akuma, Ed, Rashid, and AKI, Aki. But I also just want to see some Street Fighter 3 representation. It's very strange that in Street Fighter 6, for as inspired by hip hop as it is, and for what it represents in the series, essentially being the new generation Street Fighter 3 in the way that it's trying to innovate the series,
That's a good point.
the fact that it doesn't have any Street Fighter 3 characters is really strange to me.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like that's going to be a bulk of the DLC.
A Sean
Yeah.
drop would be crazy.
Like, yeah, Sean just fits this game like a glove. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of a better returning
Sean
character
would be
than him.
amazing. Yeah.
And then like Makoto and just characters we haven't like seen in a while, or characters that haven't been represented at all from Street Fighter 3. To be fair, a good number of them are like kind of oddballs. Like, I don't ever see Necro returning as long as Dalsim exists in the games. I don't see Remy returning as long as we have Guile, stuff like that. But still, definitely would like to see some Street Fighter 3 representation in Street Fighter 5.
Right on. Right on. Zeph, you're last.
I don't really have predictions or anything. I think I guess I think we're gonna see some kind of F-Zero next year, whether it's a remake or a new game. I don't know what. I think what was the question? It was like something reasonable and then something crazy?
reasonable and something that you want to happen.
Oh, okay. That's the reasonable thing actually. It doesn't necessarily have to be a brand new game or anything, but yeah. Something that I want. I think it would be cool for them to announce a new Paper Mario. Next year, not next year, 2024 would mark when it's time for a new Paper Mario game to come out. So I think they could announce one. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, how did Paper Mario Origami King sell?
I hope ass. Probably not ass though.
If it didn't sell well, like I'm just curious if they actually are going to do another Paper Mario.
I'm sure it sold fine.
That's a franchise I'm partially think might be dead.
I think it sold like 3 million.
What,
man.
Paper Mario?
Did it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Origami King sold well.
Sold 2.82 million.
What?
Yeah, so it's definitely at 3 million now.
Oh, okay. So they will make another Paper Mario.
Yeah,
game.
I
of course.
think,
Wow.
honestly,
2.82 million in less than 3 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I think if Color Splash sold enough to make a new Paper Mario, then Origami King.
Color
did more.
Splash kind of made sense because that was on a system that was already kind of dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I-
them releasing that there, I don't think that affected making another Paper Mario. But why?
Yeah.
No, I guess forget
course
what
they're
I
gonna
said. I
make it,
did
yeah.
not realize it sold 3 million.
I feel like, and I know, I don't know if they'd ever do it or whatever, but it's like, I feel like it would be time to at least remaster or do Thousand Year Door. You know,
yeah,
like I feel like that seems the most logically next to me. Where okay, you satiate the old school fans, and also that game could use a lot of quality of life fixes
definitely.
too. You know, there's a lot of backtracking in that game that I feel like could be easier. There's a lot of things that just you don't know what to do and you're just kind of wandering and figuring out. Like there's a lot of little things they can fix. I think it's definitely gonna I have a feeling it's gonna piss some people off. Like they're gonna change how some of the characters look and stuff. But I feel like Thousand Year Door bringing that back in some way feels like the most logical step. You know.
What I would personally love is like a Superstar Saga collection, because
Well, that's the super dead
well, Nintendo's been Nintendo
because
hasn't,
of Alpha
but
Dream.
There's been
The Bowser's Inside Story remake sold so poorly that they decided to stop making 3DS remakes.
really
And they shut down Alpha Dream. They didn't even try to save them or anything. They're just gone.
well, they don't need them to republish a game.
No, but that team was the most experienced and knew how to do the franchise. So they'd need like a full team of people that like would understand that series and everything. Whereas like with Paper Mario, they already have that established. So I don't know. Mario and Luigi is a very difficult one.
I'm just
Sadly.
becoming more of a fan of these like game collections coming out for
Yeah, for sure.
the games that don't have any intention of being remade, just so that people have the option to play them again and not be gouged by, you know, retro collectors and resellers.
I had like one more small topic to just quickly say before we end or whatever.
Yeah, wrap it up.
It doesn't have to be like in order or anything, just freely talk about it. Has over like the holidays and like if people have had free time, has anyone been playing anything interesting?
Yes, I am glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring this up earlier in the show. We didn't have a chance to do it. I want to give a shout out to a little game called Curse to Golf. Has anyone played this yet?
Nope.
I've heard of it and I've seen
Okay.
some gameplay. It looks really hard.
It is a very difficult, procedurally generated golf game that is basically like Hades. It's like if you took Hades and turned it into a golf game, that's what this game is. You go through 18 holes, and if you lose even once, you go all the way back to the very beginning again. There are these cards that give you bonuses and these extra little things that will help you sort of like get the edge on certain courses because courses have really weird obstacles. You can U-turn your ball. You could freeze your ball to stop it in water. You could burn the ball and then have it fly through vines and burn up the territory. There are boss battles. The music is actually really catchy. The story's kind of interesting too. I don't know anybody else who's been playing this. This is without a doubt one of the best indie games I've played this entire year. It is
Damn,
so good.
that is high praise.
I feel like this year, the fact that this game did not get nominated for that indie category at the Game Awards, like having now played this makes me just feel like this went under the radar and nobody actually tried this game. It is so unbelievably good. I feel like I want to talk about it more once I've actually beaten it. So far, I've only gotten to the 15th. Oh no, I'm sorry, the 16th hole. I beat the final, like, boss before the big final area with the last
It's
3 holes.
crazy how many indie games are made off of golf.
It is really good though. Like if you're someone who got money during the holidays and you're looking into playing an indie game that's got golf in it and you're looking at Sports Story versus Curse to Golf, get Curse to Golf, forget Sports Story, throw it out the window. I'm telling you right now, it is so good. The writing is also really good. It's like genuinely funny. You do get better at the game the more that you play it as well. It's the kind of thing that like every time I screw up, I see why I screwed up. Like I never get upset at myself. It's almost Souls-like in that aspect. Or like when I play a Souls game, if I mess up in a Souls game, I don't get angry because I realize it was something that I screwed up on. And there's almost always a way to get out of any situation in any course in this game, even if you don't have the right power-ups, even if your par, which, oh, by the way, that was the other thing too, is your par is essentially your life bar. So you have, I think it's like 5 on every level automatically, 5 or 3 or 4. It's like one of those. And you have to build up your par by hitting little idols that are on the courses. And the idols will give you extra points towards your par. But if your par hits 0, then you get killed and you have to go all the way back to the very beginning again. It's so good. If you don't know anything about this game, go look it up. Curse to Golf.
I'm in a similar situation with Roger in an indie game, but I'll wait a bit if anyone else has anything.
I've got a few things I can talk
first,
about.
Mike.
Thank
you.
You go first, Zach.
All right. I played through, I think last week, I played through Bendy and the Dark Revival, which is a sequel to a little indie horror game that came out a couple of years ago called Bendy and the Ink Machine. I don't know if any of you guys...
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I saw you play it.
So the sequel came out finally last month, and I got around to it last week. And it was really, really nice. I thought, like, the first game was okay, but this one is just, like, a big step up in terms of just, like, atmosphere and story and animation and voice acting and everything.
They know what they're doing now?
Yeah. Mechanically, still not super interesting. The combat is just kind of whacking enemies with a pipe until they die. But just like the atmosphere is so thick, and like the story is actually really well told this time. And it's like 5 hours, so it's like a nice, like, you could sit down, play it all in one go. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, watching you stream it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I really, really liked that.
Twitch.tv/Rocket Station.
You're on it right now.
Exactly.
And then I played 2 demos recently that I'm really, really excited about. The first one's called Bits and Bops, which is basically Rhythm Heaven, like almost to a T.
Oh, I did actually see that.
Yes.
I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Is it good?
I played the demo, and like everything from like the presentation to the music, it is Rhythm Heaven quality. You like,
wow.
If I like showed you those mini games, you would just think it's a new Rhythm Heaven. There's like, it doesn't feel like an indie game in that way. It feels like a proper like Rhythm Heaven developer Rhythm Heaven game.
So actually, real quick, now that you brought that up, I haven't had a chance to actually try the demo myself, but the Consoles, who are the group that I did that Bluebird jazz cover with a while ago,
yeah,
Zorcy in the Consoles is working on that game.
Yeah.
And their music is so good. So go support this. I got to go download this like immediately. You mentioned it. I forgot to try this, and I love Rhythm Heaven.
There are
yes.
There are 3 mini games in the demo. And I think there's going to be over 20, which is about as much as you would get in a Rhythm Heaven game, excluding, like, repeats. Like, I think, like, Rhythm Heaven Fever had, like, 28, excluding, like, the sequel songs. So it's going to be a pretty big package. I'm very much looking forward to it. And another one that's going a bit under the radar is, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, but Vivid Lope? Vividlope. It's like a platformer, color the tiles type game. It's like top down, but the levels are like kind of 3D. Like you run around them almost like Mario Galaxy, and they're all grid based.
Oh, you showed me that.
Yeah, they're all grid based, and your goal is to color the entire stage in a specific color. So like early on, it's just like you just run over a tile and changes the color and it stays that way. But later in the game, they're going to have levels where you can run over it multiple times and you have to land on a very specific color. So imagine it's like, it's pink, it turns green, and then it turns blue. you have to land on green. So you can't change the green, go to blue. You have to go back around and make it green again. And it's just got this really nice like Y2K art style, and the music's really good, and the controls are like super duper tight. It's like very arcadey, very much like a high score kind of S rank kind of game. It's super.
What is it
cool.
available on?
There's a Steam demo right now.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
I very much recommend checking it out because I think it's like a solo developer, maybe with someone helping him out with the music. Would definitely recommend that. VRM?
What about you, Viram?
So I started playing this RPG called Chained Echoes.
Hey,
It's
that's what I
on-
was gonna say.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'll
on all
just
platforms.
Talk about it with you.
Yeah, I'm only about 6 hours in, but it's been very good so far. I feel like.
When I was gonna bring it up, I was specifically gonna say I think Roger needs to play it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
What,
I could see
Chain
Roger
Echoes?
liking that.
Chained
It's it's an SNES inspired SNES era inspired RPG that's been like modernized. But
Okay.
it actually has Xenoblade influence in the
Yeah.
sense that
What
it
the
has
fuck is this?
like
What?
unique boss monsters and stuff. Like you know how there's like
Okay.
unique monsters in Xenoblade. They have like a gem system, sort of like Xenoblade.
Wait. Give me
Uh,
the name again. I typed in the first bit.
Chained
Chained
Echoes.
Chain Echoes. Okay.
Chained.
Echoes.
Chain. Oh, that's why I'm like Chain Echoes. All right. Chained Echoes.
The
Chained Echoes.
composer is very good.
Yeah,
The art.
the music
This was
is
all mostly
fantastic.
made by one dude who outsourced.
Is
the
this,
sick.
bro?
Yeah.
I want
The,
this.
the,
I want to play this game.
the combat is actually really cool too. It's still turn
Sick.
based, but it's really active because you have to manage a meter. It's really nice.
Ooh, okay.
I dropped
game-
it just because I felt
Oh,
like
one more
I
thing
couldn't get
about it.
into it.
That might change your opinion on it, Adam. It has Xenogears inspiration in the sense that you can get in a mech and fight instead of having to
Oh,
fight
yeah, well,
normally.
I knew about that already. That's why I played it.
Yeah,
That's
so like
sick.
there's mech battles and it's crazy.
I just felt the beginning was really slow, and I maybe I'll give it a second chance, but
But yeah, I
stopped
think
playing it.
you definitely need to play it, Roger.
All right. I'm
That bits and
bookmarking it
bots
right
thing
now.
looks
Is it
amazing.
on Steam or
It's on everything.
Switch?
Yeah, it's
oh,
on
it's on
everything.
Switch. Oh, it's time.
Yeah, I'd
then.
recommend getting
Yeah.
it on Switch since you travel a lot.
Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Sick.
Okay.
It's such a good game, and there's like not really an RPG out until Fire Emblem, but that's still not super RPG like like turn based
Not
style.
the same. Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say that game, every trailer looks better and better.
It does. Yeah.
I'm
super
really excited
it.
for Engage because, like, especially the highlight for me is just animations and environments. It doesn't feel like an ugly shit, you know? Because I love Three Houses, but that game felt very like the colors
It's
are all
actually
blend.
vibrant.
Yeah, and I think, and it's because it's the division of Koei that makes like the Atelier Ryza games, and those
Yeah.
games look really good. So
See, it's actually for that reason why I'm liking this game less and less.
really, okay.
I like the
I-
environments,
I-
but I hate the characters.
I don't want that level of vibrancy from Fire Emblem.
Oh,
It
okay.
feels like it feels too stereotypically anime
Right.
and too like cheery for a series that I feel like is at its strongest when it's a bit more intense
Yeah.
and dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like this
think
is
the
too
Three
crazy.
Houses' darkness was like a really good tie-in
Yeah,
to how the
yeah,
game works.
that's true.
But I definitely
this is
agree
the-
that like from a technical standpoint and from an animation standpoint, it's definitely the best that Fire
Yeah.
Emblem has
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
in
yeah.
3D.
And like you got like
Specifically for
Wolf
me, it's
Tamers
not-
now.
It's not the darkness in Three Houses. It's like the graphics are so fucking
it's
bad. It just looks
ugly,
like
yeah.
mud.
It
It's
Yeah,
just
legit
it's
not-
looks
not a good looking
ugly.
game.
Yeah,
I really miss like Awakening and Fate's art style,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
they're like
that was
CG
okay.
cutscenes.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
I
those
think that
look
was
the here.
fuck, who was
there.
that done by? I think it was Madhouse. Or
The
Bones?
cutscenes.
I think they
It's whoever did Death
they
Note.
do for like heroes and all that.
Whoever did Death Note, it might be Madhouse.
I don't think.
Yeah,
Death
they did
Note was
Awakening. I don't know
Madhouse.
about Face.
Well, it's the same people for both Awakening and
Oh,
Fates.
okay.
Yeah, and I think they do
cutscenes.
everything like for heroes and the new games, everything.
Have you been playing anything, Fidel?
Nothing crazy. I started Bayonetta, I'm on mission 3, and so far so good. Like I'm like I've just been playing in handheld, that I'm like it's almost like I'm shocked, but I shouldn't be, just because like I remember how much Bayonetta 2 is amazing and the combat's
Sure.
sick. It's that thing I'm just dreading, because like people tell me like the Viola and John sections are like the
I don't
less
mind the
highlighted
Jean
parts.
sections, but the Viola sections definitely aren't that great.
Okay, yeah, that's like the one thing I'm dreading, because so far like all Bayonetta, like I'm loving it. I love the system where you could like summon, like do the summons mid combo, and it just has
I
that
can't wait
flow
for that
of
game to come to
Bayonetta.
PC.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, but even then, like it's weird. Like I didn't think that the performance is like really solid so far. Like I just been playing in handle, but I'm having a great time with it. So I'll keep going in mission 3 with it. I forgot how crazy the set pieces can be. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like it's wild. So I hope it keeps going like that. Aside
Anyone
from that,
else?
not much.
Adam?
I mean, I did my annual playthrough of Banjo Kazooie the other night, so
That game is great.
I always do it during Christmas, and I've been doing it for like 5 years now. I honestly think it's better than Mario 64. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, no,
I'm right there
positive.
with you. Actually, I agree.
I can
I think-
say like with full confidence that from that era, Banjo
Yeah,
Kazooie
just-
is the best 3D platformer.
Like the
I also think
creativity
Mario
in
64's got better technical things, like in terms of speedrunning and
Mario controls
things
better.
about the
Straight
game.
up.
I just
but-
yeah.
I think that's why I
I
like
don't-
64 more, because I just
I-
like
Mario
controlling
controls
Mario.
better, but the graphics and the world and
The
just
game
everything
itself
in
is
Banjo
liter-
is better.
like literally, it's just the creativity in
Yeah.
Banjo is just
Because in Mario
on a whole
64,
nother
the
level.
environments are literally just floating geometry. In Banjo, everything's tied together.
The first Banjo Kazooie is like truly magical.
it
Yeah,
is.
fuck
yeah,
Tui.
it's a classic. Well,
We don't talk about Tui.
Tui
And it's
Tui's
on NSL, you
okay.
can play it.
Tui's got some
Is Tui coming to NSL?
strengths.
Yeah, I think at some
Yeah,
point
I
it,
think
it
so.
almost definitely
I
does.
think
If it
there
is,
was
we
a
need
list
to
of
play it.
games that got leaked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If it does,
And
we
all
need to
of those
play.
games
We need to
since
play the
then have
multiplayer.
been confirmed in some way. A lot of those games, I should say, on that list have been confirmed in some way because we're waiting on GoldenEye, Pokemon Stadium 2,
Yeah.
the third. Oh no, are all three of the Mario parties on there
No,
already?
Mario Party.
Okay,
No,
so the
2 of
third
them. We're
Mario
missing
Party.
3.
And then I forgot what the other game
There's
was.
a lot
too,
of
but
good
1080 or
N64 games
something.
coming up.
Yeah, but there's still
Also-
a ton more if you look at the code that
Oh,
was
yeah, there
leaked
is.
out a couple years
And
ago.
the
There's like a
GBA
lot of
games that are
links.
there.
Yeah, I think Bomberman
Yeah.
Heroes still on the docket, like
Mhm.
one of the Bomberman games.
Oh, how did I fucking forget? I know what I played. I've been playing through all of the Mega Man Zero games.
Oh, sick.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
on a
Oh,
huge
fun,
tear.
okay.
Also, I gotta
Yeah.
go too. So, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year,
Absolutely.
Vanilla.
brother.
Happy New Year. We're
Good show.
wrapped up.
Hey,
Happy New Year,
brother.
bro.
Can't wait. Next year will be a lot of banger.
Next year, you're not going to
what's
be on the
called
cast.
stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
This is your
Next
last
year- wait,
episode.
next year's year 3. I've been on this for 3 years
Yeah,
now.
Wow.
that's your final
Wow.
year. This is literally your final goodbyes. Say your message.
I'll see you guys. This is my last year till next year, hopefully. Goodbye.
What?
What?
All right.
What?
Okay.
Anyways,
What
Mega Man
just
Zero.
happened? He said
Mega
this
Man
is my
Zero
last
is
year until next
Mega Man
year?
Zero is really fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to
Really
tell
fucking
people.
good. Yeah, I typically don't play like platformers like Mega Man and shit like that. But goddamn, I loved it.
The
It was
problem
super
is
fun.
though that 0, 1, and 2 scare people off because they get skull fucked and then they don't.
Yeah,
ever
those
play
games are
0.
really hard. I like Zero a lot, but those games are hard.
Yeah, 02 is a piece of shit.
But also for 01, can't you? There's like a bunch of new quality of life things in the Legacy Collection. Where if you're
Yeah, they
playing
added
it,
checkpoints and save
Yeah, yeah,
states
yeah.
and yeah.
Checkpoints was the biggest thing. If there was no checkpoints, I don't think I would continue playing that
Yeah,
game.
no, fuck that.
Because the difficulty for those games are fucking insane.
And in 0, 1, and 2, sometimes it's straight up like unfair difficulty, not even like, oh, this is hard.
Yeah,
And then you're
Fucking-
playing on a Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah.
dumb Phoenix filet mignon bitch.
I've actually got a few more that I just remembered.
let's hear it.
I'm trying to get through 3 more games before the end of the year. I just finished one last night, which is a little to the left.
3 specific games or
Yeah,
Oh
'cause
yeah, Ghost
I
of
want to
Mars
do
was
like
in
an
the,
end. I want to do like an end of the year like ranking of everything I played.
I like that.
So I want to like.
Oh, I might
get
do
them
that
done.
too, actually.
So yeah, I finished a little to the left last night. If you guys, I know Roger, you said you remembered it.
I did, yeah, from the Indie Direct. That was one
Yeah.
where you organize things and push things around on
Yeah.
on your shelves and organize stuff. It looks fun.
It was very cute. It's like a little jigsaw puzzle where you're just like, instead of jigsaw pieces, it's like
Yeah.
household objects. It's very, very cute, and the ending is really nice. It's just like a nice chill play. Like there's no timer on the puzzles or anything. You can get like basically the full answer by doing the hint button. Yeah, it was just a nice playthrough. I'm trying to finish Mario plus Rabbids, and I feel so bad about this because it's kind of exhausting at this point. This game.
Where are you at in the game right now?
So I am halfway through Terra Flora, the plant place.
Oh yeah, that place. So that one area, if I'm thinking of this correctly, it opened with the Wiggler fight, right?
Yeah, the Wiggler fight's the halfway point.
Okay, Wiggler fight was cool.
The Wiggler fight was cool. I died on it like 3 times though.
Yeah, Wiggler fight's super fun. The rest of it, I just switched to easy mode because I was getting bored. So
I'm feeling the same way.
Honestly, sometimes switching on that easy mode is the way to go.
It's the way to go.
It
honestly.
is. I remember I was playing through Dream Drop Distance on Critical and I hated it.
Yeah.
And I swapped to easy and I'm just parkouring everywhere and I love the game.
Yep. Sometimes that's just what you got to do, bro. That's why I think. That's why I think games shouldn't have like when you start a game, unless it's like a super hardcore game, you should just be able to change the difficulty whenever you want.
Yeah.
Which again, Chained Echoes straight up lets you change how enemy AI acts, how much damage they do, how much damage you do, how much damage you take, stuff like that.
There was a game that came out like 2 years ago that I played called Eichenfell. That was kind of like a little RPG game as well.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
had the exact same thing in it. It was like all this stuff where you could adjust the difficulty completely. You could make it where like enemies don't even hurt you. It was
It's very fun.
really wild, but it was cool for certain aspects of that game. Where if you just don't feel like grinding, you could just set it to really, really low, get a bunch of experience, move on to the next area without, losing any of the story or forgetting where you were in the game. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, with
The music in that was really good too.
With Rabbids. I appreciate the changes they've made to the battle system. It is definitely improved from the previous one. It's a lot more like fluid and everything.
Yep.
And I think like a lot more strategic because you only have like 2 action points per character instead of the first game where you could just like throw out your entire arsenal every turn.
What took a step back?
What took a step back is unfortunately pretty much everything else.
Like the writing and the story. And...
The writing was bad in the first game, but there wasn't a lot of it.
So are you team you hate the new voice of the butler or not? Of the little butler?
Oh no, I hate the butler. Bro, the butler is the reason I turned voices off. Voices are off now.
Who's the butler?
The Beepo, the little Roomba.
Beepo.
Yeah.
Isn't Beepo and the other one the only characters in the game with voices?
So Beepo talks in the first game, and so does Toad, Toadette, and Bowser Jr.
Beepo in this one is like atrocious though.
No, they're like so, and they added like here's the thing. It boggles my mind is they gave the Rabbids voices.
Yes,
like
but
actual,
they don't actually talk in the cutscenes.
Actual speaking voices, and they do this, and then they invent another character for Beepo to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Why would you do? You have what 9 party members that could interact with Beepo and do a little back and forth, and you're like, no, we're just gonna invent a new one. So those 2 can talk, and the other characters can just like stand there and watch. So dumb. And they're talking so much more often than the first game. Like the first game, like you had a couple of like talky things for like tutorials and stuff, and like just kind of move the story along. But it was mostly battles, puzzles, and like animated cutscenes where there's like no dialogue at all.
Right.
And that was great. But in this time they just like they feel the need to break up everything with just like not even good story. Like not even like good dialogue. It's just a lot of
Mike, it's almost like that's a common trait now with some recent game releases.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the dialogue feels like the developer talking to me through the character.
Yeah.
Rather than that character having an actual personality.
Yeah, definitely.
And, oh my god.
I'm
That's a
gonna
good way
just
to put it.
quickly interrupt to
Yeah.
mention this giveaway that's happening because I feel like all of it, like literally everyone, including the viewers, would find this interesting / cool. There is a giveaway by Den Faminico Game, which is a black Nintendo GameCube controller signed by Sakurai with a drawing of
Oh
Kirby
my
on
god.
it.
Whoa, where?
Oh,
Where is
that's really rare. Then
it? Look at that right
Look.
now.
Oh, that's really
Whoa.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
what do you have to do to enter?
I'm not sure.
Please
The
subscribe
link
to my
there
channel.
Follow
says
and retweet.
click here for a direct interview with Mr. Sakurai about his YouTube channel. So
You just have to
I don't
follow
know.
and retweet. That's it.
Easy. I'm doing that right now. Done.
Is it available for regions outside of Japan?
I'm to
Look,
lie.
I'll have it send. I will say this right now. If any of us win, you have my full permission. Send it to Zen Market headquarters. It's on me. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, Zen Market will take care of us. Zen Market's good. So if you enter and you win, this goes for any Japan Time listener, viewer, whatever. If you end up winning this and they won't ship to you, you let me know. I'll have it shipped to Zen Market and then they'll send it to you guys. Don't even worry.
All right, you got it. I do have a few more things if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I
by all
don't mind
Yeah.
chilling tonight.
So we talked about the voice acting, but even just like the pacing and everything is like way off. So like the first game was linear, and what they could do with the linearity is they put the battles in the map. So like you would walk up to
right.
a battle arena and the battle would immediately start, and it's great. This time around, everything is broken up by like loading screens and transition scenes. Oh god, one of the things I loved about the first game is when you beat a boss, when you fire that killing shot, it immediately transitions into a losing animation for the boss. Like a whole losing cutscene. Like the shot connects and immediately you see the boss get blown back. This time around, it's just like you hit the boss, it dies, and then it does like the results screen, and then you get the boss
And then it
defeat
cuts to the
animation.
cutscene. It does. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like disconnected.
Yeah, everything about it feels very disconnected. Like, God, I remember the first thing that like really weirded me out was when you go into the first like dungeony area on the first island, and it's like this tower covered in this black ooze, and you click it, and a swirling animation plays, and then you end up in this like long, like underwater cavern. It's like, how did I even get here? And then you get out of the battle, and that underwater cavern is completely gone, and you're in this completely different area. It's just the whole thing feels so broken up. It's not as pretty as well. It's really not as pretty as the first game. It's open. It's more open. They can't do as pretty as they could with the linearity.
Yeah, I will say I had a blast playing Sparks of Hope. Like I
Yeah.
totally get all your criticisms. This is something probably one of my favorite games this year. Probably top 5. I don't know. I have to like readjust a couple things, but I really had a good time playing it all the way through. But I know this is a game that if I streamed it, I would have hated it.
Oh yeah, I
Because
hated streaming it.
I streamed the ending of it and had a good time, and I streamed the beginning, but the actual middle portion of the game where you're going through, like you said, that terraforma area and then the area after where that is in the game, I did not enjoy playing through those areas on normal difficulty. I did exactly what Zeph was talking about earlier. I went onto easy mode. I breezed through some of those areas. I didn't even worry about it, and then I just skipped some of the story stuff because I obviously, like you said multiple times, they weren't saying anything important.
Yeah.
And I just watched the major cutscenes at the end in the middle portion of every world. We know every world like kind of at the midway point.
Yeah. The fully
lost that-
animated ones.
Right. Those I watched, and everything else I skipped, and I had a great time.
Yeah,
So,
I might have to
I feel
start
like
doing
that's the
that.
way that you should be playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What was I gonna say? No, the way I've described this to some people is I feel like the first game was like the perfect combination of those two franchises.
Yeah.
Like that was like the purest way that those two franchises could have crossed over. And this sequel, I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, It
Yeah.
feels like the people that made this game, as opposed to the first one, it feels like the people that worked on this one hate the Rabbids.
Oh, I entirely disagree.
You
actually. I
disagree,
think they
actually?
Yeah,
How come you
because I
think that?
feel
Because
like
the fact that they like made them speak, I think.
right. Not only do they talk, but I also feel like because there's so many weird OC rabbits, because that's
Do they
kind
get
of the one
mistreated
thing
or
that turned
something
me
in
off.
the?
They have like a bunch of weird, like I forgot even the name of the characters. It's been a while, but like you know how Rosalina, the rabbit Rosalina, she's
Yeah.
in like a mansion, and there's like this side captain that's in there, and every level has this other like Captain Rabbit, and all those rabbits have their own minions, and all the minions have names. I feel like more than anything else, it seems like they're trying to make it more of a rabbit game than a crossover.
So I
Like
actually,
you've got an OC rabbit on the party in this one.
the thing about it is that I don't know if you are, but I'm coming to this from the perspective of a fan of these characters.
Oh no, I hate.
I came into Mario
I
Rabbids.
learned to like them because of the Mario Rabbids games.
Yeah, no, I've loved the Rabbids since their introduction in their first game,
I'm shocked that you wouldn't like this one then.
and it's because it feels like they're almost like just completely ignoring what these characters were like built to be.
Which were just little stupid side bunny.
So
things
in the
that-
first
that Rayman
in the
sides.
first game, they're meant to be like alien invaders.
right.
And they're meant to be actually like threatening and scary.
Right.
And the first game they tried it a little bit with like the merged Rabbids. And like you could tell that they were Rabbids.
Right.
But in this game, they just feels like they took a character and like a personality and just slapped it onto a Rabbid. And it
I
doesn't
think the reason why that is
it feels
because
weird.
At the end of the first game, right? You can't really go back with Mario and the Rabbids being like happy at the end of the first one. They live together. We're literally in the beginning of this new second one. It opens up with like Peach's garden and you're running around and there's rabbits everywhere. Like they're definitely not a threat like you brought up. It's a point in the series now where they're just all buddies. The rabbits are buddies with the Mario characters and that's that. And the ones that are threats are these weird, like the darkness creature thing. Its name I forgot. What is it? Like Celestia, or it's not Celestia. Celestia is what is that? What's that from? What's the name of the thing? You know what I'm talking about? What's the name of this creature?
Cursa?
Cursa, thank you. It's like Cursa and a lot of the other stuff that's in the game. They seem like Rayman enemies as opposed to like enemies with the Rabbids merged, if that makes any sense. Like it seems like there's so much OC in this.
It's
There's
very
too much
OC. That's what I'm saying. Like the Rabbids don't feel like Rabbids; they just feel like OCs with
you feel
a
like they're
rabbit skin.
you feel like they dislike them because they completely rewrote the Rabbids and then just
That I
made
understand.
them
Okay,
Rabbids?
I get that then.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that then.
And I don't mind like some Rabbids being heroes. Like I had no problem in the first game with like Rabbid Peach and everything. But I don't know, something about it just it feels weird in this game. You know, like when the Tom and Jerry movie was being made, and the person that made Tom and Jerry is like, no, you cannot have these characters speak because that's not what they were designed to be.
Right.
You know, like characters have like rules. They have like that makes them. That's what makes them characters.
You should see the rule sheet for fucking SpongeBob characters, dude. You can't do anything.
And like Rabbids did have rules in that first game. Like obviously, like Ubisoft said, like you can't have Rabbids acting this certain way or this certain way. And for the sequel, you know, I know David Soliani was talking about how like, you know, they really loosened up on the rules. We got to do a lot more with the Rabbids. They're speaking now because we want to tell this story. And that would be cool if they did something with it. That'd be really cool if they did something with it. But they broke all these rules. They changed the Rabbids into something they're not. And they didn't even like capitalize on having like a cool story. It's disappointing. It's disappointing to me. I also played High on Life.
Oh, no.
What do you think of that one? I've seen.
How are you gonna
some
go
people
from
play
that
it.
to High on Life, bro? I got some
So-
words about High on Life too, man.
I'm
I
playing-
haven't played High on Life for a whole 10 minutes.
My
I'm
God.
playing some High on Life. I am on. I've done 2 bounties. So the way the game works is you do bounties. You're in this hub world. You choose a bounty target. You go hunt them, and then you come back. I've done 2 of those so far. I don't hate this game.
Honestly,
I know
Mike,
a lot
I can...
of people are talking about how like the characters are annoying, and sometimes they are. But you know, sometimes you hear like, who's the person that made Smiling Friends? You hear his voice, and it's great. And I think like the main two like characters in your house are also really fun to like listen to. You have like this bounty hunter and your sister, and they're really fun to listen to. But just like my favorite thing about the game is they get really weird with like the mechanics.
Mm.
They have like really weird weapons. I love when games have like weird guns. It's just like even in the like VR has so many gun games, but they're all just like the standard, you know, like military weapons. And this one has
I've only
like
seen.
Go
My
ahead.
bad. I was just gonna say I've only seen Adam play this game for 10 minutes, and I've seen no other footage. But like, could the voice actor not have done a different voice, bro? It's literally just Morty.
he does
But
that
that's
like,
the
all the
creative
time.
voice.
I mean, that's literally
Yeah,
what
that's the
that guy
creator
does.
of,
Yeah.
Can he
Rick and
not do
Morty.
other voices?
The thing for me is like I'm like Mike. I can see myself liking this game like how you like it as well, with you know the actual gameplay mechanics and how they're integrating all of these different personalities for these characters and stuff. But they just fucking talk too much,
They talk
man.
too much.
They
So-
talk way too much for no reason. I explained it to Viram, like they say so much, yet at the same time they don't say anything, and that's just a problem with
Yeah.
not the game itself, but with Dan Harmon's writing. Like, it's how many times you have to repeat yourself and like stutter and shit just to get one word or like one phrase across. Like, it's so played out now, and it's like I feel like it's ruining the experience of this game for me.
That's fair.
And if it was literally just toned down a smudge, I know you can change the options, but I feel like it doesn't help at all. But I feel like if it was just written in a different way, voiced in a different way, I honestly feel like I would love this game so much more, because the actual writing it's in itself, like the jokes that they crack and shit, I've genuinely laughed like
Yeah.
a couple times already. And I've been like I played the game for like 30 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Mike
like I
had
said,
a cool idea to shut the game up.
Oh yeah, okay. So what we came up with that I think would actually be like super in character for this game is instead of like a skip dialogue button, you just shoot them. You just shoot them and then you
Sure.
move on.
Sure.
Because that's kind of what your character is in this game. Like I don't know what the whole story is gonna be, but it seems like the idea that they're going for here is that like you are like a very violent person, and you are like, this is like your way of expressing yourself finally. Because your sister is like when you come back on the second bounty, your sister is like, gosh, like I'm happy you came here because I'd be terrified of what you would do on Earth.
I also really like the dynamic of your sister and
Yeah, no, the sister and the bounty hunter are great. Like, I wish,
what's
like,
his name, Grillo, some shit like that.
yeah, I wish, like, the writing was like that for the whole game.
The writing for those characters, I absolutely love that original bounty hunter. It's like the writing's good. Like the writing's really good.
Yeah.
It's just the trope of Dan Harmon's comedy and like how it just feels like, you know what it feels like? It
What?
feels like it's a Rick and Morty like in universe like meme. Like
It's
High on Life was
interdimensional
a
cable.
joke. Is that what it's supposed to be?
Have you watched Interdimensional Cable,
No,
like that
I have
episode?
no idea. No.
It's
Is there a
literally
game
that.
in there? Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's what it felt like.
Here, hold on. Like, watch this later. If you ever haven't watched like real fake doors, this is literally High on Life. Let me get this for you. You could watch this while we're talking.
I'm playing Minecraft right now, bro. I just find diamonds.
This is High on Life. One thing I really don't like about the game, and I don't know how you would fix this, is the gun you're using. I don't know if you've gotten a second gun yet. But the gun you're using is the one that talks during story sequences. It's like the gun you have out.
Oh yes.
So I currently have the shotgun and the pistol, and I really think the shotgun's way funnier than the pistol, but the pistol's way more useful.
Mike,
So-
another thought I had, I don't know if it happens later on. I wish the character yourself, like the guy you're playing interacted with the gun, and it wasn't just the gun always talking.
I think that would have made it better, actually.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
That way, I wouldn't have to hear the gun talk all the time. And it would just add
reminds
more-
me of Genshin Impact,
Yes.
where
Oh,
the
Paimon?
Traveler doesn't say anything and Paimon does all the talking.
Yeah.
The
Even
thing
in
that pisses me off the
instances-
most in Genshin Impact isn't that, it's related to that. It's the fact that I can't skip any cutscene in the game, no matter how unimportant it is.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
that kills me because I love streaming that
Oh.
game. Like actually playing Genshin is so fun for streams.
I
but the
enjoyed
fact
playing
that-
it too, but the cutscenes
Dude,
really
the
wore me down.
cutscenes and
Also-
the fact that you can't skip that stuff. And then you have people yelling at you in the chat being like, "Why are you skipping this dialogue?" It's like they're literally saying, "I'm going to tie my shoe now." And people are
Yeah.
getting upset that you're skipping the dialogue. Like I know a good portion of the English voice actors for the game, and I have them on the streams. And I literally in 2023 am going to turn on Japanese voices just so I can skip through and not have the chat complain.
Also, quick correction. I kept saying Dan Harmon and it's Justin Roiland. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we knew what you
It's
meant.
easy
Though.
to get them confused.
They both work on it.
Yeah.
That new season was pretty good, actually.
I haven't watched a single shred of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's been
watched-
keeping up with it.
I watched the
Yeah.
first 3 seasons and then I stopped.
Apparently, the first 2 are really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first 3.
First 2 are good. I did not like 3,
I didn't
unfortunately.
mind it. I mean, I sat there high the whole time, but
Yeah. Anyone else have games?
Yeah, as an aside, since I didn't play the first beta, I was able to play the second one for Street Fighter 6, the second closed beta.
Yeah.
So I've having actually played the
That game's
game
so good.
now. It's really fucking good. It's really nice to just play a fighting game again and not really feel like anxious about how it could end up being, like, because that's kind of what happened to me with DNF. Where I was
this
really
game's just
looking-
gonna be good. Straight up.
I was really looking forward to DNF, and then the first closed beta for that. No, it was an open beta actually. Had no training mode. You could only just hop online. It was the case with the second one as well, but I decided to try it out, and I was like, not entirely sure. And then once I got my hands on the game, after a few hours, I was like, yeah, no, this game definitely isn't for me. But for Street Fighter 6, I felt almost immediately that I knew I was going to enjoy the game.
That's the one.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
is going to
I
be
know,
a damn good
that,
game.
I got that feeling. Something I played recently that I still have to beat because I didn't even beat it the first time. Persona 5R.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah. Great game. It's still as fun as the first time. I feel like there are portions of the game that are ruined because of the fan base. And just like them overhyping things and shit. You know what I mean?
The fucking same shit happened to me with Ace Attorney because every Christmas they post the fucking meme. The multiple memes actually.
Oh, the Merry Christmas one?
Merry Christmas. It wasn't Christmas. There's another one I can't remember.
Almost Christmas means it. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
That's me personally though. It's like a lot of the palaces don't feel that fun to play. Like, what's the palace with the bank? What's the bank palace?
Oh, I hate that one.
Kaneshiro.
Oh, I hate, that's
That
literally-
shit
No,
is
nothing-
the
nothing
first
is
time
worse.
I played through vanilla Persona 5, the very first time I dropped it there. I literally
nothing-
could not play beyond that. I hated that area.
Nothing is worse than Haru's
Yours.
dad's dungeon.
Yeah, Okamura's is definitely the worst.
I don't think I finished. I think that's where I stopped actually because I was
You did.
I was
It it's
literally-
the
I
dungeon
wasn't
in
enjoying
space
it,
with
yeah.
all the fucking doors.
I
and
wasn't
shit.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
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 It's not a good. It's not
But,
a good dungeon.
I'm-
It gets better from there though.
I'm playing it again mainly because I want to beat it, and it was on Game Pass, And eventually, I want to get to Persona 4.
Persona 4 is my favorite one. It's not the best mechanically, but it's my favorite one.
The key thing with Persona 5R, especially comparative to the vanilla game, is aside from a lot of the quality of life stuff that kind of just improved the pacing of the game, even though it's still a super long game, is the whole third semester stuff. Which, because I think personally, Persona 5 Vanilla's ending is quite weak, but Royals is leaps and bounds, like far better. It just ties everything together a lot better. I think it's thematically a lot stronger.
So eventually, I'll get to beating that. But other than that, like I bought like a bunch of games on the Xbox sale. There's a lot of stuff coming out of Game Pass that I'm excited to play. Like I still need to go and beat the rest of the modern Tomb Raider games, which I think everyone should play, honestly, because those games are probably some of the best puzzle games that you can play in the modern era of gaming.
Really?
Honestly, I love the puzzles in Tomb Raider. At least the Crystal Dynamic Tomb Raider, I should say.
I didn't know they were like puzzle games. I thought they were like
I consider them puzzles
stealth
because
games.
There's stealth
When you say
portions.
puzzles, do you mean like puzzles like God of War puzzles, or do you mean like actual like Zelda type puzzles?
It's a mix. A lot of it are environmental puzzles, but I consider Zelda a puzzle type game as well.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
That's what I meant.
I would definitely give it more of a Zelda comparison than God of War, for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
There's not like there are aspects of combat in it, but it's definitely leaning towards like a puzzle stealth type.
I did not realize. Also, I'm looking at the time right now. I did not realize how long we have been going.
Yeah, we just been
this has been a long show.
I have to go to bed. I do have some stuff.
All right, so let's
Did we want to do most anticipated real quick?
I think Zelda, real quick.
Yeah, I would say.
Does anyone disagree?
No, sorry, Final Fantasy IX. What am I saying?
Lightning round. Let's go. Zelda
good night.
There you go.
And he's gone.
Zero's like, all right, I gotta go.
Zelda Diablo 4 for me.
Perfect. All right, well, guys, we will talk to you all in 2023. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So again, there will not be an episode on the 2nd. There will probably be one on the 9th. So look forward to that. And then right after that, Odyssey comes out, Fire Emblem, lots of cool games.
Odyssey.
Thank you all for listening in 2022. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Lots of cool stuff is getting uploaded there. We have a Best of Japan Time episode that just got uploaded yesterday. And also the winner of the giveaway was announced. We are currently in the process of shipping that stuff out. They sent their information. We just haven't had a chance to ship it out yet. You know who you are, who won. We'll be sending that out. Looking forward to and you'll get your gift as well. Anything else that I should mention? Japantime.shop. Get your merch. There's going to be new merch in 2023 as well. And I think that is everything. So like, comment, subscribe.
You forgot forgot the most important thing, Roger.
What did we forget?
Have a happy new year, guys.
Have a happy new year. That's right. Happy New Year, everybody. We will see you all in 2023.